coming up on the Daily Sports Quiz.
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you a different question from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz: name the NFL team that was the first with the no-huddle offense. Maybe you guessed the Dallas Cowboys or perhaps the Vikings. Nope. The answer, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals, the first with the no-huddle offense. I'm Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz.
Progressive presents Forced Metaphors about bundling your home and auto.
When you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, you get great savings and round-the-clock protection, which is as beautiful as looking your firstborn child in the eyes for the first time. Well, that's a bit much. Maybe it's more like looking your second-born child in the eyes for like the third or fourth time. Point being, the savings and round-the-clock protection are really, really magical.
Forced Metaphors, presented by Progressive. Bundle and protect today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
What if I told you there's a wealth management firm that offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee? Think it doesn't exist? Think again.
Hi, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. When you start a new relationship with Compact, we'll create your customized investment portfolio and financial plan dedicated to help you reach your goals. Try us out for a year. If you're not happy for any reason, you'll get all of the management and maintenance fee that you paid refunded. This is our 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and use the keyword talk to Mo to find out more. Again, from your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword talk to Mo. Satisfaction guarantee doesn't apply to fees and commissions charged by third parties for such things as insurance products or mutual fund redemptions. It also doesn't apply to any market losses which might occur in an account. For additional information regarding this guarantee, please see the disclosure brochure available at the time you enroll or upon request.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Lifestyles Unlimited Wealth and Passive Income Expo is March 17th, 18th, and 19th. Learn how to retire in 5 years or less from thousands of investors and expert wealth educators. Speak from topics like single-family rentals, buying apartment communities, passive investing, workshops on raising capital, asset protection, tax-free income, and more. Go to wealthandpassiveincomeexpo.com. Free for military, first responders, and medical professionals. Enter promo code EXPOUSA. Open to everybody. wealthandpassiveincomeexpo.com. That's wealthandpassiveincomeexpo.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time
for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Monday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, Radio Pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are in the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. And yep, it's National Pie Day, 314, blah, 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 blah. Nobody knows the rest of it. Nobody knows the rest of it because,
All right.
yeah, pie. Hey, so it's National Pie Day, March 14th. And, well, I thought maybe that there'd be some specials I could share with you guys out there where you could stop by someplace and get a good pie, either pizza or pie. And turns out the only people smart enough to, make a thing out of National Pie Day, not really places you're going to go anyway. 7-Eleven, CC's, Blaze Pizza, well, maybe Blaze Pizza, BJ's Restaurant all have $3.14 pizza deals today. And well, of course, CC's, it's all you can eat at their pizza buffet, which really, how much of that crap can you eat, huh? And then Boston Market has buy one, get one deal on the pies, the pot pies, or a free slice of Marie Callender's. Whole Food, nobody cares. Oh, White Castle has a coupon for a free pie on a stick dessert with any purchase, but I don't know where you get that. Wow. If you want diarrhea right before, whatever. So there you go. It's National Pie Day, everybody, 314. And boy, but we don't have time for that nonsense because we have so much to talk about today. I was not going to start the show with this, but by God, the Cardinals have been very, very busy because somebody's got to show my Colts how to do it. My Colts haven't done nothing but get Reggie Wayne as a wide receiver coach. The Cardinals have been busy with the ink. They've announced that they've given Zach Ertz an extension worth $31.5 million. It's a 3-year deal. Happy, not happy, Randy?
I'm happy about it. Yeah, I think 3 years is about right for Zach Ertz. And I think after that contract's over, we'll be moving on. So, yeah, I'm happy about that.
All right. James Conner, 3-year deal, $21 million, 25.5 with incentives, 13.5 guaranteed. Happy, not happy, Randy?
I'm very happy about that. That means that Chase Edmonds becomes, removable from the lineup, and we wish him well.
Yeah, he has been removed.
Yeah.
He's gone on to Miami for $12.5 million. Happy, not happy?
I think I'm okay with it. I'm sad to see him go. I think Chase Edmonds is a great little scat back. I think he's a guy that complements well, but we still have Eno Benjamin from ASU ASU history. And he is a pretty good scat back as well. So I don't think we're in bad shape here. I'm happy to have James Conner back.
All right. Michael Dogbe for 1 year, the defensive lineman. Happy, not happy?
Okay, it's a gap. Let's see what happens in this upcoming trade. We'll see if he actually stays on the team. It's a 1-year contract. Doesn't really hurt us too bad. I'm good with it.
All right. Colt McCoy returning on a 2-year, $7.5 million deal. $6 million fully guaranteed at signing. Colt McCoy back with the Cardinals as a backup. Happy, not happy?
Very happy. I mean, he stood in for Little Caesar when he was out with his ankle injury and did an admirable job running the offense for the Cardinals. I'm glad to have a good backup, not some guy that's aloof sitting on the bench, never expecting to go in the game. So I'm glad to have Colt McCoy back on the Cardinals.
All right. Then you've got linebacker Dennis the Barbarian Gardeck.
Love that.
Got a $12 million 3-year deal.
And
Happy,
he's earned it.
happy.
He's earned every penny of it too. And this guy's, I like the way he plays the game. He's going out there with his hair on fire and he's involved in every play. I like that kind of energy. So yeah, I'm glad to have him back.
Then Justin Pugh, he took a pay cut to stay with the team. He's got a guaranteed salary of $5.5 million with another $1.5 million in incentives. I think the incentives are please don't let anyone kill the quarterback.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Justin Pugh? Happy? Not happy?
I'm okay with it. I would say I'm neutral with that move. I mean, it's better than what we've had in the past on the offensive line. I'd sure love to see us do something a little different. We've got to form some sort of a blockade up there with an offensive line. And I really thought we were going to go out and make some moves, but having Justin Pugh here, I'm neutral with it. I'm neither happy nor sad. I'm indifferent.
All right. So there you go. That and Chandler Jones, I think we already talked about this. He's heading somewhere else. Where he's going, we don't know. He just says, I want to go to a place that maximizes my talents. How did the Cardinals not maximize Chandler Jones's talent?
Well,
how does that make sense?
The defensive coordinator. I mean, I don't want to say anything else.
Did he not put Chandler Jones on the field?
Well, he put him on the field.
Did he put him in the wrong place?
Probably some different plays and different schemes they wanted him to do. They wanted him to drop back in coverage on occasion instead of, light the guy's fuse and let him go after the quarterback. That's what Chandler Jones does.
Okay. Yeah, they wanted him to do some things in space, and that not every linebacker is comfortable doing that. And Chandler Jones is an edge rusher. Your favorite edge rusher's favorite edge rusher. He's that guy, and I think he wants to like Randy said, pit his ears back, get to the quarterback, and that's what he's looking for. Run some twists for me inside, get me all over the place, but allow me to get after QB1.
So where do you guys think he's going to go? I mean, well, not the Cardinals. Where do you think Chandler Jones could show up, Keon? Who's needy for his talents?
I mean, there are plenty of places that have been sort of desperate for that edge rusher position. The Tennessee Titans come to mind as an organization where, you're trying to get pressure on the quarterback. They've tried a number of different things. They've tried Jadeveon Clowney, who was good for them, but they wanted the sack numbers to be high. And Clowney is not necessarily that guy. He's going to get you rushes. They tried Bud Dupree out of Pittsburgh last year. They tried to get him at that position, try and see if they could get some of that production. But Bud Dupree not playing alongside TJ Watt on that defensive line kind of got exposed in Tennessee. So they're a destination you could possibly look at. You could possibly look at The Bengals trying to beef up that defense, make another Super Bowl run. So there are a lot of teams, I think, in the AFC in particular that would look at a Chandler Jones as an opportunity to get better, especially any of the teams in that AFC North, because that's just how brutal that division is.
Why couldn't the Cardinals come to terms with him? I mean, what kind of money is he looking for that the Cardinals didn't want to spend?
Lots and lots, and it would hamstring the Cardinals. It would be another situation where we're putting all of our chickens in one basket. The Cardinals have to clear some cap space. They've got to make some things happen, especially if they want to make a move at Kyler Murray. If Little Caesar's demanding an elite quarterback contract, then they're going to have to clear some things out of here. And I hate to see it happen. I would have spent the money and kept Chandler Jones here. And you've got J.J. Watt on the other side. You got Zaven Collins, who is going, in development mode and can be a great, part of this team. And unless I forget number 9, I mean, the monster man who's all over the place. We had a nucleus going of a pretty damn good defense, and we're going to let Chandler Jones walk. I just don't think it was the thing to do.
I think what the Cardinals are looking at is you've got one more year on that deal with Kyler. Let's see if you get something more out of him, if he raises that level, or if he just plays well enough that you feel like, okay, look, it's a headache to not get another quarterback. But whatever it is, they're going to prioritize the quarterback. That's just what they do.
So they got Kyler Murray in a holding pattern saying, listen, we've got to configure some things. We got to let some people go. We got to bring some people in. We got to try to maintain a team that can actually win a game with you. But we got to make some changes before we can sign you to that deal. The money has to be there and make sense and not put us over the cap. Right. Now, that was what they are holding him off with. I just think I'd laugh my ass off if they traded him, around draft time.
I would laugh and cry at the same time, because it means that this team would be starting over again, because there's no real quality quarterback in the draft coming up here. I mean, let's think about it. For the next couple of seasons, I don't see anybody that can replace Kyler Murray as a quarterback, a franchise quarterback. Now, yeah, the guy's a Little Caesar. He's got a situation where his ego is a little bit too big for his mouth sometimes, and he's demanding things that he really doesn't have the right to demand right now. He thinks more highly of himself than he actually has shown us. By the way, we still have not won a damn playoff game, Kyler. Keep that in your hip pocket and keep reminding yourself of that. And no, if you want to make it all about you, don't cry and say they're embarrassing me. Go out and do something. That's how you get that elite contract. That's how you get that team to play. They run through walls for you. You go out and you lead them. You don't just whine and complain because you're not making elite money. It ain't time for you to make elite money yet.
And let me guess, Randy, that at that moment when you saw that team struggling, you were not embarrassed. You were of anybody on the team but Kyler Murray. I mean, even though they weren't playing well, that sucked. But you were only embarrassed of the way Kyler Murray was handling himself on camera, on TV for all to see.
I guess I wasn't embarrassed. I guess I was disappointed and I was frustrated. What do the Cardinals have to do to get a quality character guy in here that wants to lead this team? Are the Cardinals that bad of an organization that somebody, that's got great character wouldn't want to come in here and lead this team? Hell, we got DeAndre Hopkins. We have AJ Green. Okay, yeah, there's some issues there. We have a good young wide receiving core. We've got a pretty decent defense, or at least we did till we let Chandler Jones go away, and we'll have to see how we fix that. I mean, maybe Zaven Collins, jumps up and can take his place. Can anybody really though replace Chandler Jones? I say no. But at least we can do some things and move some things around. Christian Kirk, by the way, no longer a Cardinal. He went away. He was one of the leading wide receivers on the team. He's gone. We had to clear more cap space because he's out of here. So I'll just wait and see how this free agency thing is going to play out. And I was disappointed and I was frustrated. I wasn't so much embarrassed.
Was anybody else really surprised? I mean, like genuinely surprised when you saw this. 4 years, $72 million, $84 million with incentives. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Christian Kirk just got that with the Jaguars.
I'm not that surprised by it.
Really?
And the reason why I'm not is the speed that he has. The hands are an issue, and I think Jags fans are going to have to brace themselves and learn that lesson the hard way. But in terms of Christian Kirk and his ability to run routes and his ability to separate, he can do that. And I think that when other scouts look at him, they go, okay, if we can just get this guy to hang on to the ball, or maybe he's not a deep threat, maybe we can use him in the slot. There's a lot of different places you can use a Christian Kirk because the guy just separates from defensive backs. I think that's what they're paying for, especially being the Jags and being a little bit desperate at that position to try and get some people around Trevor Lawrence.
Well, then you're taking a look at Doug Peterson, watching Christian Kirk, thinking that'd be a great match for Trevor Lawrence. And that also brings you back to if Christian Kirk, well, we had 982 yards and 5 touchdowns last year. So that was, pretty damn good season. I never felt like he was really busting out like a star, but I guess he was damn close. But these guys see that, and I guess you're right. They think they can do better with him. I'll tell you what, Trevor Lawrence needs somebody to throw to.
And there are a lot of, he's got Laviska Shenault like nobody else. But I think with Christian Kirk too, I think a lot of teams look at the Cardinals offense and go, okay, that's a vertical offense. It's basically just run down the field and get open. What if I ran like routes for this guy? What if I told him to run an out? What if I told him to run an in or a dig and try to get him all of these different routes on the route tree that like he's capable of actually running? Yeah, I think that they look at that and go, yeah, we could definitely do better with him.
Yeah.
Is anybody starting to take a look at the Jaguars and think Doug Peterson, because you saw what he did with the Eagles, are you starting to look at the Jaguars a little bit differently now? Now that they're getting him some weapons, I don't know how much distress that defense is in. That defense for the Jaguars used to be pretty good. I don't know what state of being things are with that team, with the O-line, with the defense, but just seeing Doug Peterson, the way he's thinking, he's got, what should be an incredible quarterback. We've yet to see the evidence, but Trevor Lawrence, now he's got Christian Kirk. Who knows who else, like you say, is coming down the draft, Keon, because you've made it very clear that the wide receivers are going to be the big gaggle of star making geese. So you starting to look at the Jaguars differently? I kind of feel like I am.
I am a little bit too, because it's not like they didn't have talent. It's just there were places where they were completely deficient. And then, of course, the coaching didn't help anything.
Yeah.
But they went out, they got Brandon Scherff, the former Commandos guard. Brandon Scherff is one of the best right guards in the NFL, if not the best right guard in the NFL. To go out and get him, that's a commitment to protecting Trevor Lawrence. To get Christian Kirk, that's a commitment to getting him a weapon. And when it comes to guys who have had, spotty histories catching the football, Doug Peterson and Nelson Aguilar. Nelson Aguilar's had like 2 good seasons in his entire career, and one of them was with Doug.
888-368-1580. King of Kenton says $84 million a Christian. I'm stunned. That is stunning. I don't know what to say about that. Speechless, without speech and everything, says King of Kittens. I kind of felt the same way too, but now that you look at it, and I didn't realize I'm almost 1,000 yards, then I understand why somebody would want him, but that seemed like maybe a bit of an overpayment.
Yeah, and I wonder what the guaranteed money is, because that's going to be the 84 million is the total with all of the possible incentives. I want to know what that base salary looks like, because that's usually an inflated number that agents like to put out there to say, hey, look, my guy got 84 million, when really, he got closer to 30.
72 million is the base.
Really?
And the incentives are the other 12 million. I don't see what is guaranteed money at signing yet, but that was the basics that I got. Scratch Me Because says, can I change my texture name to Jugs McSpadden?
No.
This is going to be put into the pile for somebody else. Jugs McSpadden is going to be an amazing. But what's wrong with Scratch Me Because?
That's a very good texture nickname.
You chose that. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Pi Day. It's also the first day this year. We're on the same time again here in California and Arizona. So show is truly on from 3 to 6 again. I'm glad we could do that for you, George. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, we all know you're extremely happy about Colt McCoy getting a 2-year deal from the Cardinals. That just means he won't end up my quarterback on the Colts, because, Colts aren't doing anything right now. They're just sitting around. I don't know what the plan is. I didn't realize the plan was nothing. The plan's nothing now.
I think their plan is let's see what the Deshaun Watson thing looks like first before we make any real moves.
Yep. Smells like that, doesn't it? And maybe not even because they want Deshaun Watson. It could be, all right, Well, now we know Trubisky's going to the Steelers. Okay, that guy's off the board. They're probably just sort of watching things happen. But the problem is that with watching things happen, waiting for something to happen, you could get left behind. I'm a little nervous about that. So does this maybe signal that they're looking at Deshaun Watson too? I mean, I'd be real shocked if they were.
Could be. It could be.
I would be shocked if they were, as a team inside the division and just the way that organization is run with what Deshaun's accused of and all of that stuff. But he's such a damn good quarterback that if you were rearranging your team and you looked at Deshaun, like Deshaun is even better than what the Colts could have asked for to run the way this team is built.
888-368-1580. We've got to take a break. But when we come back, we've got to take a moment with the race setup with Randy White to talk about the big race here in Phoenix over the weekend. I didn't win a damn penny of my $6. This is a guy we never even talked about the other day, but you got to be happy for an underdog and somebody who got their first win. So we'll talk about that when we come back. That's right. The Ruoff, right?
Ruoff Mortgage 500, which was a sellout, by the way. And congratulations to Julie Giese and all the folks out there at Phoenix Raceway. Job well done.
So we'll come back and talk a little bit about that. Of course, we have the Suns to talk about, March Madness, Tom Brady, all kinds of stuff. Come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Simple Green is perfect for making your auto, RV, cycling, boating, and other sporting equipment look like new. SimpleGreen.com.
NCAA basketball tournament, Arizona, the top seed in the South region. The Wildcats will play on Friday in San Diego against either Bryant or Wright State. Wildcats plus 600 to win the entire tournament. Gonzaga is the favorite at plus 300. Kentucky plus 850. Baylor plus 1,000. NHL, the Arizona Coyotes will face Ottawa tonight. Coyotes getting a goal and a half plus 140 on the money line. Ottawa is at minus 155. Over under goal total tonight is at 6. With your VSiN Action Update, I'm Tony Desiri on Arizona's sports betting station.
Take a shot on college hoops this March with a risk-free bet on FanDuel Sportsbook. Steve here from the main event. It doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account. All customers get a risk-free bet on the bracket. Just sign in to FanDuel Sportsbook app to claim yours today. If you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Steve1580 to get in on the action. Then you can bet on that underdog you've had your eye on. Or just go with the favorite. Either way, it's risk-free. And with Cash Out, the ball's in your court, so you can close out your bet whenever you want before the game is over. There's no better place to bet the tournament than FanDuel Sportsbook. Join now with promo code Steve1580, or if you already have an account, sign into the FanDuel Sportsbook app and claim your risk-free bet today. 21 plus and present in Arizona. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $5. Offers non-transferable. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
The Renaissance Festival is back!
Huzzah! Weekends now through April 3rd.
It's awesome.
I love it. It's great for the family. All our kids love it. That's why we come here every year.
Good times can be had by all. It's the best time we have every year. It's a great time for everyone. Join us at the Renaissance Festival! Huzzah! Come and have a turkey leg.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Huzzah!
Weekends now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Bashers' and Food City or Arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashers' Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
You come out here and you'll have a good time. My kids love it.
There's lots of shops to go to. Hair braiding, face painting. Oh, and I really like the meat sticks, the turkey. Whoa! Huzzah!
There's so much going on. Make sure you come out early and stay all day.
The Renaissance Festival is sponsored by Sun State Equipment Company, home of rental people you can depend on. Sun State Equipment Company, where you'll be treated like royalty. Huzzah!
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona. Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene. You need to tune in to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. We just can't help it. We have to do it. It's in our DNA. At 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, we have to bring you the most epic moments in sports. Yeah, we can't help it. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. This is the only day we will be on this week. We are not on tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that. We're back again next Monday. Why? Because it's March Madness. Hopefully you guys have gone and got your bracket going there. Go to 1580thefanatic.com, click on the link on the front page, join our CBS Sports platform. They got the password right there, which is just Harmon, all lowercase. You could win $1,580 from Harmon Solar. Make sure I've already filled out my bracket, by the way. I've already filled it out. I've used my school from the dumbest state/city wins.
Wow.
And can I tell you guys something?
All right.
It looks like I chalk chased. My theory really did go along with it for the most part. Absolutely chasing chalk on a bracket. I was stunned by what that revealed to me. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So tomorrow at 3:30, you got Texas A&M versus Texas Southern. I got a question, Keon. It's listed here on my thing as Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Does that mean there's a different Texas A&M than this one, or is that just the full name of the school?
No, that's a different Texas A&M. Texas A&M is the main agricultural school in Texas, and then there are the branch schools, but they are their own school. So Texas A&M Corpus Christi, they're their own thing. They've got their own thing going on.
Could Texas A&M play Texas A&M Corpus Christi in the March Madness?
No.
I mean, they're a 16 seed, so probably not, but like it's physically possible. Yeah, it could happen in a tournament. Yeah.
They're just kind of dumb. That's just kind of sounds
it happens.
stupid.
I mean, you've got, the University of California, but then you've got all the branch schools, UC Santa Barbara and so on. My alma mater is the University of Tennessee in Chattanooga, but they could potentially, in theory, play the University of Tennessee.
So when Chattanooga plays Illinois on Friday at 3 p.m., that's your Chattanooga, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is really confusing.
That's why they just call it Chattanooga.
Gotcha. So again, Texas A&M Corpus Christi and Texas Southern, that is tomorrow. And then the next game after that tomorrow is Indiana versus Wyoming. Wednesday, you got Bryant versus Wright State, and then Notre Dame versus Rutgers. That's the first fours right there. First round starts on Thursday, and I'm not going to list every game. There's a shitload of them, and I'm not doing it.
So then I have until Thursday to fill out my bracket. Is that correct?
I think you probably want to fill it out today.
I mean, yeah, you do have.
Why do
until
I want to do it
Thursday.
today? It was, that's funny. I filled mine out completely, and
you can. They'll let you do it, but
can I change it if whoever I put on there didn't get in the first four?
You can.
As long as the game hasn't played yet. Yeah.
As long as the Thursday game hasn't played, you can change it. So you figure, for some reason you think what's one of these first four games?
Oh, here we go. Wyoming and Indiana are one in the East.
I didn't want to pick a 16 seed. So let's say you think that Indiana might actually go far if they get in, but they, screw up and lose to Wyoming. They'll let you change that before Thursday.
They better. And then Berry, whatever, I don't know what that stands for, is going to play Arizona. Either Worst or Berry. They're not telling me who the hell that is. Oh, right. Okay. Wright State. I don't know who is the Bury. See what I'm saying? This is complicated. So yeah, you should fill out your brackets now. And honestly, you're making a good point there, Keon. What chance do any of these people from the first four have of beating, say, Gonzaga, Arizona, Baylor, or Kansas? Very little.
I mean, low, but I'll look at that the two teams playing for the 12 seed, that Indiana Wyoming game,
right.
and the two teams playing for the 11 seed, which I can't find at the moment. Oh yeah, Rutgers and North Dakota. Those two teams, from 11 and 12, you could do something. From 16, there's almost no chance.
Some of the first four play-ins, I guess, is what you want to call them. Why are some of those going into the 12 and some of them going into the 16 seed? Who decided this? Or why has it been decided this way?
The great and powerful NCAA decided this because it makes so much sense. But here's the thing: the reason why they decided it was because you can't have every team in the first four be a 16 seed, because what you'd essentially be doing is watching a pointless game where you fight really hard to be the 16 seed and you just get slaughtered. So they made some of these the 11 or the 12, so that you could actually pick a first four team that might actually do something, like Syracuse did a year ago.
You're angering God with this. He had intended for that team to get slaughtered. Okay. It was up to him to hold back the knife when he decided to stab his son. Okay. I'm probably mixing my biblical metaphors here, but
a little bit.
Okay. Still kind of dumb. Don't care. Moving on. Anyways, first four is tomorrow and Wednesday. The actual tournament starts Thursday. So according to Keon, I guess you could wait and do it on Wednesday, but I don't like to wait. I'm going to fill these things out. And if it looks like one of the people I decided on is, I have to wait though. I do have to wait though, because my strategy of picking the school from the dumbest state or city kind of relies on that. But like I said, so far it has chased chalk. 888-368-1580. Miss Pringle says, Flying Illini play Chattanooga. Keon, what's the mock scouting report?
What's the mock scouting report? The Mocs shoot the ball from long range. They like to get out in the fast break. They're not necessarily the biggest inside, which is why I worry about them against the Illini. I feel like it's a bad matchup for my Mocs.
Listen, we're going to talk some more March Madness here in a little bit, but before we go any further, I want to talk about that race this weekend that cost me $6. Not happy about the outcome, but sort of happy about the outcome. So yes, Chase Briscoe is now the 200th different driver to win a race in Cup Series history. Why is that relevant?
It was his first victory at the Cup Series.
I know, but it's the 200th driver to win
Well, I mean, it's a significant number. I mean, there's 200 different drivers that have won in the Cup Series, and he's number 200. I think that's a significant thing.
And I think we had 199 at the Daytona 500, if I'm not mistaken. So
no, actually, 199 I think was. Maybe you're right. Daytona 500.
Because I think what's notable about that is the number of young guys that are starting to show now. We're looking at this sort of next generation of these drivers. And
well, yeah. But Chase Briscoe, 27-year-old guy, was at one point was living on couches. He was volunteering at race shops. He got a break. Excuse me, got a break, and he was able to use that break to his advantage, and ended up racing for his childhood idol, Tony Stewart, in the Stewart-Haas Racing program. Was moved up to their Cup Series program, and then delivered this past weekend, and did an admirable job. He's been running up towards the front all season. He just hasn't had a chance to finish it up, to close it out. And so there he goes, Chase Briscoe, ladies and gentlemen, given the opportunity and made the most of it, and captures his first Cup career.
Yeah, second place, I'd never heard of him either. Ross Chastain. Who the hell are these people that weren't on my bets, Randy? Then you got Tyler Reddick. I thought he played for the Cardinals. No. And of course, there's Ryan Blaney. He was the closest I came to winning money. And Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, the Busch brothers couldn't quite get it done. And Joey Logano was in 8th place, and Daniel Suarez Canal and Chris Buescher. So that was your top 10 right there. Truex wrecked, like you said. Michael McDowell didn't do nothing. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott is I don't know what I did wrong, Randy. What did I do wrong, Ray? Should I be betting the place in the top 10?
I don't know that you've done anything wrong. It's so hard to pick, especially this season long, because there's no real favorites. I mean, you have pseudo favorites compared to what they've done last season. Like, so Kyle Larson is always going to be a favorite to win. We're going to go to the Circuit of the Americas road course after Atlanta, and Chase Elliott is going to be the favorite to win there because he won there last time. You know, you have these favorites at all these different tracks, but the thing everybody keeps forgetting about, and I keep trying to stress this is a new racing platform. This car is brand new. Denny Hamlin eliminated himself out of Las Vegas because he did a misshift and blew the engine up. He went from fourth or fifth down to second in a heartbeat and just over-revved the engine and blew it up. So these guys are still getting used to this new racing platform, this new car, this next-gen car, and I think that's going to play heavily into this. And as I said before the season, I think you're going to see a lot of diversity when it comes to winners and guys that are running well. It's not going to be the same old guys all the time,
especially if you're driving a Toyota. I guess Toyotas did not do well. You're talking about this new car, and they're all based on the same platform, but does the brand make a difference if it's all based on the same platform? I guess the 6 Toyota cars didn't do well during this race.
Ended up 5th, 7th, 13th. There's not too many
6
Toyota
cars that went bust on you, though.
Yeah, well, but you had Toyotas in the field that did pretty well. So, I mean, Toyota is like a minority car group. You've only got limited teams. The Joe Gibbs team, I think the Pitbull team, Stackhouse Racing, and there's one more. But there's not a lot of Toyotas out there running. Predominantly, it's Ford and Chevrolet. It's always been that way. And these guys keep trying to push these Toyotas to the front. And again, they're still trying to learn this new platform. Even the Camaro drivers, the Ford Mustang drivers, and the Toyota Camry drivers. Everybody's trying to learn this new platform.
Now, I know Truex is, as you say, your guy, but let's not talk about guys. Let's talk about cars. Which one of these cars would you, if you owned a racing team, which one of these cars would you prefer?
You mean between a Mustang, Camaro, and Toyota? Mm-hmm.
Does it matter, really? I mean,
because the manufacturers do get involved pretty heavily. Ford is their performance division is very heavily invested and involved in NASCAR racing. Chevrolet's performance, they're heavily invested in the Camaros. And by the way, Camaros, since they've gone to this new body style, this Camaro ZL1 ZXT 795, whatever the hell it is, since they've gone to that, they've had to do some amazing adjustments to this car, because they were unable to perform at a level they needed to, and Ford was just kicking everybody's ass. So, I don't know. I might go with Toyota because TRD is very, very in tune with what's going on with their teams, and they add a lot of help to these teams, a lot of engineering, and a lot of ideas to try to help with the aerodynamics, the speed of the car. I'd probably go with Toyota.
We should start Randy White Racing. How much would it cost us?
About $1.5 million a season.
We should start CRC Broadcasting Racing. I think we probably need to talk to somebody about this. All right. So, anything else about the race over the weekend that you want to mention?
I'm just so proud of Julie Giese, Matt Humphrey, the whole team out there at Phoenix Raceway. Completely sold out on Sunday, the Ruoff Mortgage 500. Remember, you've got ticket availabilities, camping availabilities that are available to you right now for the championship weekend this coming November. Go to phoenixraceway.com or 866-408-RACE and look at your ticket packages. There's plenty of options to choose from, and they're always adding these cool experiences. But I would encourage you, if you've never done so, get the garage pass, man. Get the VIP pass and get down in the garage. The drivers are there. The teams are there. You can talk to everybody. You can see the cars close up. You can see what the teams are doing. It's really, really a cool experience. So if you've never done that and you're a NASCAR fan, I would encourage you that. That's coming up in November at Phoenix Raceway, the championship weekend once again.
888-368-1580. That's the number to text in and be a part of the show, but do not at me. Don't call me. Don't text me right now because I'm upset. Maybe I shouldn't be upset. I just don't like being told no. I don't like being told you don't get to be a part of something. And here's something that the Colts don't get to be a part of. So I guess Chris Ballard thinking, well, I better do my due diligence. Boop, 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 boop. Hi, this is Chris Ballard from the Indianapolis Colts. Figure we better talk about your guy there in Houston. Hello. Yeah, Houston has declined Indianapolis's attempts to speak with Deshaun Watson.
No,
they say, well, we're looking to trade, just not to the AFC South. So that's wise. That is wise. You see that, that it shouldn't be that way. I knew that all along, but I just don't like being told that.
Yeah, it's a little disheartening, but you don't want to take a guy that you know is good and trade him to another team where you'll see him 2 times a year. Just you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
All right, fine. But that means that the Colts, they did at least make the phone call. We're told, keep walking, bub. And so now they are
walking, bub.
They're now watching to see, okay, so if Deshaun Watson goes there, then these are the other quarterbacks here. Chris, start working on the other quarterbacks there now. Don't wait. Well, I don't need to tell him how to do his job. He's supposed to be good at it, but that does kind of hurt. 888-368-1580. Fish Tank likes Chase Edmonds to the Dolphins. He says, I like the move if we can find a bruiser back to pair him with. Blissful Hayes says, how did Dick Trickle do at the Phoenix racetrack?
Yeah, Dick Trickle unfortunately took his life and has not been racing for many years now.
So how did he do back when he did have a life? Was he good at the Phoenix Raceway?
No.
Did he never race the Phoenix Raceway? I'm innocently asking.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, he did. Yeah.
Was he good?
Not really.
Sorry, Blissful Hayes. He did not do well.
Trying to let you down easy.
BJ McLeod comes to mind.
Gotcha. Keon says, Blissful Hayes, are you picking Illini over Chattanooga? Let's go Cockburn in the Illini.
Yeah, I'm taking. I mean, it's already, beside the fact that Chattanooga is a small school and Illinois is
nice to see you're in
Big Ten. Yeah, look, they made it, and they've done it a few times. They win the Southern Conference every now and then. That's a tough league to play in for the size of school that they are. But boy, Illinois is a bad matchup for what they are. They're not big inside already, and then you take the talent differential there. You have to think Illinois beats them in bad.
Moist One says, wasn't Oregon State a play-in team last year?
I think so, but I don't remember. So it's been a long time. I don't recall them going anywhere.
Berg says, afternoon, guys. Go Bryant. Well, Bryant is taking on Wright State tomorrow. On Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. And Screaming Eagle says, hi, Fanatic. So Terrible Tom is coming back to football. What's the line on Brady winning MVP or Super Bowl? Whatever it is, don't take it. don't. You don't. Trust me. This is awkward. We're going to talk about it when we come back. We also got to talk about what the Suns did. Oh, keep talking, Davis. Keep talking. Come on, Anthony Davis. Just keep talking, Unibrow. Yeah, open your mouth when they put a microphone in your face and see what it gets you, huh, punk? Oh, I can't wait to talk about what happened to the Lakers this weekend. Yes, Taco Kenny. He says, damn it, Lakers. He goes, we suck. Yes, I am enjoying it. I am drinking your tears. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The Renaissance Festival is back!
Weekends now through April 3rd.
Great shopping, a giant crafts market. New shows featuring sea fairies, mermaids, and merriments. Non-stop feasting and more. The Renaissance Festival is back.
Weekends now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Bashes and Food City or Arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashes, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
Hey, Arizona, FanDuel's giving you the chance to shoot threes on the Suns' home court. Just visit the FanDuel Sportsbook at Footprint Center from March 13th to March 17th and place any $100 plus bet on the bracket with at least plus 400 odds. Then register at FanDuel.com/Phoenix to get your spot on the court. Plus, join them for the opening night of games at the FanDuel Sportsbook. You can enjoy the outdoor terrace at America's #1 sportsbook and watch live games on over 40 TVs. New to FanDuel Sportsbook? Sign up online using promo code Steve1580 through the app and get your first online bet risk-free up to $1,000. Put your basketball shooting skills to the test on March 17th. Go to FanDuel.com/Phoenix to get your spot on the court and learn more. 21 plus and present in Arizona. In-person wager at Footprint Center required. Shootout occurs on March 17th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP and text NEXT STEP to 53342. Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the Main Event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And join me 1 to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday as we discuss all the home teams. NFL free agency, I'll keep you updated with the moves and what the Cardinals do. Major League Baseball spring training is underway and teams are signing players. What is happening around the league and with the Diamondbacks. NHL, Suns, and NBA news. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the Main Event, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canyer with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit CBIalliance.com.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Monday, the 14th of March, Pi Day. I thought there would be no math involved here.
What, you say it was Hump Day?
No, Pi Day.
Oh, I thought you said Hump Day.
314 Pi.
I like.
Well, as you heard Steve in the last spot there talking about the 3-point competition, it's gonna be going down next week or in 3 days, March 17th. There's still time for you to get over to the FanDuel Sportsbook at the Footprint Center. It's open right now. You can go over there to the Sportsbook, place any $100 plus bet on the bracket with at least plus 400 odds, then register at FanDuel.com/Phoenix to get your spot on the court to shoot threes at the Footprint Center on the Suns court. And now, I think between the three of us, we could probably hit 10 threes in 30 seconds.
If all three of us were going at the same time?
Yeah, I think we could hit 10 threes.
No, you know what happens at that point? And then we'd be shooting and knocking each other balls out of the rim. So
I don't know.
I think it would be a
I don't know, because on Wednesday nights when Keon and I play open gym ball, he always breaks away to the other basket. He doesn't like to warm up with everybody else because then he feels like they're stealing his little sneaky.
I got to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah,
the Catholics will tell you that rhythm is going to get you.
Oh, rhythm is going to get you. Yeah. Anyway, you can join the FanDuel Sportsbook at the Sportsbook from Footprint Center for the opening night of games on Thursday night. You can enjoy the outdoor terrace at America's #1 Sportsbook. Watch the live games on over 40 TVs. Hell, they've got everything for you. Beverages, food products. It's just going to be a great night. If you're new to FanDuel Sportsbook, sign up online using promo code Randy1580. I don't care what Steve said. Use Randy1580 through the app to get your first online bet risk-free, up to $1,000. Put your basketball shooting skills to the test. March 17th, go to FanDuel.com/Phoenix to get your spot on the court and learn a whole lot more. 21 and older, present in Arizona, in-person wager at the Footprint Center required. Shootout occurs March 17th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
All right, so congratulations to LeBron James for becoming the first player in NBA history to reach 10,000 points, rebounds, and now assists. He got that during the game with the Suns the other day. Want to get that out of the way before I start just laughing maniacally. Anthony Davis decides, he's like, you know what? Boy, they sure got away with something last year because the Lakers would have beaten the Suns in the post series if I hadn't been hurt with my groin injury.
Yeah,
we know that. They know that. We got away with one, guys. And of course, Devin Booker hears that and he's like, instead of taking the high road, I guess you make a comment like that. Okay. And Laker fans, at least Taco Kenny admitted where the Lakers are here and now. He says, damn it, Lakers, we suck. Okay. You do suck. I will at least give you this much of a compliment. LeBron James still playing at a very high level.
250-point games in a week.
If Anthony Davis had been healthy, it would have been a better series, but no, they were not going to beat the Suns last year. They definitely can't beat the Suns this year. And we proved it again, 140 to 111. 140 to 111.
And at no point in that game was it close.
No, they almost had 50 points in the first.
I mean, that might be the most miserable inside shooting performance, mid-range shooting performance I've seen from the Lakers. Well, that's rough. I mean, and then to come out and say that anyway is
it gets better because Joe the Show is on the text line, says, please, AD, put y'all on notice. Suns still have no answer for him or LeBron. Actually, we do. 140 was our answer to your
with no Chris Paul. Paul.
You had no Anthony Davis. We had no Chris Paul.
And here's the thing. For Anthony Davis, of all the human beings on the face of this earth, to say anything as silly as, well, they got away with one because I was hurt. Hurts your career, AD. That's your whole career.
Hurt again this year. Is this like a whole new injury or is this the same one?
Going back to the Pelican days, hurt is what you are all the time. What are you talking about? Everyone's been getting away with one over you your whole career.
Boy, how tricky. Joe the Show also says, but yes, my Lakers suck. Got to fire Vogel and cut ties with Russ Westbrook. Yeah, because that's all of your problems.
I mean, the Westbrook problem is a pretty big problem.
It's a problem, but you could also just sit his ass on the bench and he's not in the way. Have the other players play as if you didn't have him.
That's the thing is I don't think that makes them better.
Yeah.
That's the wild part.
Neither makes you better.
He's not playing well, but
shut him down and trade him.
Well, the trade deadline was for that, and they did try to trade him, and nobody wanted him.
Then shut him down. I don't know what to tell you. Listen, I'm not. I ain't a GM of the basketball team. I don't do that. I'm only a GM of my fantasy football team. Okay. I mean, tell me what to do about him.
They could shut him down, but I think that would be a very bad move because then you would expose how not deep at guard you are. And then you shut Russell Westbrook down. And then, oh, God, it's worse. What's happening after that? Now you got a guy that can't even be a playmaker. Good luck.
Cards Chappie says, yeah, why is Street Clothes talking again? Scoreboard, baby. Take a look at the scoreboard. Watermelon.
Look, Anthony Davis has fantastic fashion sense. I mean, you see it every game. He's not wearing a uniform.
Yeah, that's a good point. You should be selling some stuff. Watermelon says, Jeffrey, quick question. Which one of you radio hosts have created the most degenerate gamblers via your guys' betting app promos? Do you keep track? No, we don't. And we work together as a team, clearly, as you can see. And we have no idea. The only thing I've heard is that they've been very happy with the results. Outside of that, I haven't seen anything. I don't know. I'm not the person to ask that stuff. Screaming Eagle says, in the past, did 1580 Fanatic ever do anything for St. Patrick's Day? Yeah, I think we did some remotes and stuff. Not Blender, but the station has done some remotes in the past. So COVID really put a complete full stop on everything we were doing. We were just starting to get out quite a bit and do stuff. So
I'm going to miss seeing you around here, the radio station, Jeffrey, in your little leprechaun uniform that you wear every year. I have missed that. I have
never worn that. Never worn that.
Got your lepre. The luck of the Irish. You know,
the only reason I'm not kicking your ass right now is that you're like an hour and a half away.
Well, that is true.
You know how I feel about St. Patrick's Day. Same way I feel about this damn ringing phone.
Well, it's me calling.
Quit it. I don't like it. I mean, I'm probably one of the few Irishmen that doesn't like it. I just think it's just a whole lot of amateur hour.
Well, that is true. All he does really, he doesn't put on a leprechaun outfit. What he does is sit in his office and drink Jameson.
There you go. Or whatever's handy, some proper 12, some Jameson Black Barrel, any number of things. But then that's also called Tuesday. So, no, I don't, but just don't put green food coloring into beer. That doesn't make it more Irish. You want to be Irish, drink until you're blackout drunk, pick a fight, hug it out, sit there at the bar and have a good rest of your night. If you're not ever so drunk they take you home in a wheelbarrow, you're not Irish. Okay. There's ways to do it. Green beer. No, then stop putting green food coloring in rivers. That ain't right. The fish don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. They're just like, the bleep just happened here.
That is a Chicago thing, though.
Oh, it's not just Chicago. There's a bunch of places that do that.
Oh,
stop it.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I get crusty on the St. Patrick's Day.
Well, I'm still going to miss it.
But I think that maybe my fellow Irishmen would be on the same page. You talk to people in Ireland, they're like, oh, no, we love it. Okay, well, fine, whatever. You don't know anything. You're stupid and drunk too. All right, so where were we? Oh, that's right. Wrecking LeBron James on a career night. Oh, I love it. I love it. I wish this had been in LA, though. I wish this had been in LA so they would fly up a big graphic. Congratulations, LeBron James, 10,000 assists. And people, you think that people would boo or clap?
I think they'd boo. They've been in a booing mood lately in LA because I think they noticed that their team is bad. Finally, it takes them a while. And then once they noticed that their team was bad, they realized compared to the expectations, they're not living up to the expectations that they had.
Understand something. Bruce Jacobs would have you know that the Laker fans were booing far earlier, but because of the damn mask mandate, you couldn't hear them. Taco Kenny says, I'll be Mexican Irish on Thursday. All right, well, enjoy. And he says, by the way, Radio Pal, go Dodgers. Yeah, that's the only thing. I wish that I wish the Dodgers had been continued to be locked out. I wish there was just no way we could figure it out. Everybody comes back, but the Dodgers.
We get 29 teams back.
Yeah, it'd be enough. I feel like it'd be enough. Favorite Hero Icon says, you remember the good old days where you used to meet at the old Killer Burger out there? That was a fun one. We had a lot of fun there. Yeah. Joe the Show says, healthy Lakers stomp any team in a series matchup. Everyone knows it, especially NBA champion Anthony Davis.
We don't know it.
Even when he was playing, they weren't stomping anybody. If you're not stomping people in the regular season, I find it difficult to believe that you'd be stomping people in the playoffs. You might beat some people in the playoffs.
I believe
stomp is a strong word.
I believe we were up in the series when AD went down with his groin issue.
You are correct. Joe the Show also says, but I have to admit this. I have season tickets to the Suns, and it's been a privilege as a fan of basketball to watch them absolutely dominate and pick apart any team's weakness. It truly is theirs to lose again this year. However, I think Phoenix Suns will win their first ever championship this year.
Wow.
So when the Laker fans start saying that, doesn't that feel like a jinx? Like he's trying to jinx us?
Yeah.
Like he's trying to, he's not even, he has season tickets though. So he has the season tickets just so he can go see the Lakers when they come to town. You know what I mean? He probably sells his tickets to people. You sell your tickets to, I think he does.
I don't know. I think if you're a real fan of basketball, the way that this offense moves under Monty Williams, it's fun to watch.
And just huge respect for Monty Williams and the fundamentals. All right, Joe the Show, I'll believe you for now, but I don't know. Just when a Laker fan just sort of turns like that, healthy Lakers stomp any team. Stop it. Fish Tank says, my name is Patrick, so I feel like I have to participate. No, you should. Yeah, you are correct. You are correct. And Fish Tank says, Booker dropped the line, if ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. That's probably my favorite line ever. I didn't see that one. That wasn't in the story that I read. They kept that one out. If ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. Did he really say that, or are you just messing? Come on. Did he really? Boomer Sooner says, I can't remember the last time the Lakers got bitch slapped like that. Way to go, Suns. Lakers suck. And Randy, pi is 3.14, not 3.41, just so you know.
Oh, what did I say? 341?
I didn't
I'm sorry. I apologize. I might be drunk. I may not be aware of what exactly I'm saying.
We don't do math on this show.
We don't do math. It's been very well clearly documented.
Yeah.
Not because we can't, we just don't want to. I mean, I can't even count the last time the Lakers won. That's how bad at math I am.
Yeah,
it's been a long, long time, I think, like 7 years.
At least 8. Yeah.
When we come back, let's talk some more March Madness. Everybody, make sure you are getting to that bracket contest. You win $1,580 from Harman Solar. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. Click on the link, get yourself into the CVS platform, and fill out that bracket. You win some serious money. We got a bunch of other prizes on the way too. Stay tuned. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Huzzah!
Weekends now through April 3rd.
Great shopping, a giant crafts market, new shows featuring seafarers, mermaids, and merriments, non-stop feasting, and more. The Renaissance Festival is back.
Weekends now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Bashes and Food City or Arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashes, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
Progressive presents Forced Metaphors about bundling your home and auto.
When you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, you get great savings and round-the-clock protection, which is as beautiful as looking your firstborn child in the eyes for the first time. Well, that's a bit much. Maybe it's more like looking your second-born child in the eyes for like the third or fourth time. Point being, the savings and round-the-clock protection are really, really magical.
Forced Metaphors, presented by Progressive. Bundle and protect today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. That's 800-628-6070.
Public service announcement from Summit Male Medical. Guys often confuse erectile dysfunction with low testosterone. They are two different issues with two separate treatments. ED is simply a blood flow issue. Low T is a health issue. Symptoms include lack of muscle mass, gaining a few pounds, low energy, irritability, low libido. At Summit Medical, we treat both because we're experts at both. We've been here in the Valley since 2008. We've treated tens of thousands of patients, not only from here, but all over the country, coming to us specifically. And compare our pricing with others. We are the low price leaders. And combine that with the most experienced staff in the business for ED and PE treatments, and that is an unbeatable combination. We dare you to compare. Please do. So if you're having intimacy issues, please let us show you how we can help you tomorrow if you call today. 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. It will be the best call you ever make.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And a good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. I feel like I probably should give away some of these Chicago Fest West tickets.
Probably a good time to do it. Let's say caller 7.
All right, that works for me. Caller 7 right now, not messing around. 888-368-1580. As Keon gets that look on his face and rolls over to answer the phone. Yeah.
I didn't have a look that time.
Yeah, you had a look. You tried to mask it, but I saw it.
No,
I
it's
saw
like,
that
okay.
look.
I-
Like, what
I
the
love-
hell are we doing here right off the bat? Why are we starting an hour with a giveaway? The hell is this?
Oh, we've actually done that before.
Have we really?
We have.
Oh, I don't pay attention. Well, do it right now. Caller 7-888-368-1580. You can have 4, you can have 2. It is up to you. Chicago Fest West, that is happening on Saturday, March 19th, this Saturday, 2 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at the Mesa Convention Center. Proceeds benefit College Bound Arizona. You got music, you got food, you got a classic car show. It's in the midst of Cubs spring training. You also get some athletes and celebrities out there. Jim McMahon, former Super Bowl winning quarterback for the Chicago Bears, is supposed to be hanging around there. I don't know who all is there. You should check it out. ChicagoFestWest.com. And of course, the proceeds benefit College Bound Arizona, which gets laptops and other things for underprivileged students to help them get that education. So go to ChicagoFestWest.com and check it out. And we'll see who ends up being caller 7 as soon as Keon's done with the phone there. Joe the Show says, in the last hour, I said that it is the Suns' year. It is the Phoenix Suns will win their first ever championship. Now, I question whether he was jinxing it or it being, just trying to say stuff. You know what I'm saying? People do that. Like I say, it's a lock. He says, no, I really do believe they'll win it. No jinx. They're too deep, too well coached by Big Monty. Also, I do sell my tickets when I can't make a game. Other than that, you can catch me at the game watching some great basketball. All right, Joe the Show. I respect, much respect. A Laker fan who's being respectful. I guess, Randy, does that mean we have to be respectful back to the Lakers?
Moderately. Yeah.
No,
moderately.
and I'm just going to be respectful to Joe the Show. Joe the Show.
Right.
I have respect for him.
Yeah.
Not the Lakers.
Right. No, I understand that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's our philosophy around the Daily Blender here. That,
Lakers.
see, that's
Lakers.
but I mean, Joe the Show.
But not Joe the Show.
Well,
Yeah,
we
like
need
that.
yeah, right. Yeah. So Joe the Show is respected by us here. Yeah.
I think that if the Lakers had become the team that we all looked at and thought they might become when all these big names showed up there, we would have to speak respectfully of them as a formidable opponent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we did in the past when they were a better opponent. We
Mhm.
were at least respectful of what they could do to us. We'll never like them, but we would, we would. I like to think we'd have kind of the same respect.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. But listen, this is a lineup of elite superstars, and unfortunately for the Lakers, they got it wrong. You can't have this group of people on the team. And listen, Anthony Davis, a wonderful basketball player, I respect for him, but at least he could have done this. Look, the Suns are a damn good team. And, it might have been different if I was playing last season and I didn't get that groin, but he didn't have to say it like that. And so what happened was the Suns had to hit the gas and show them, well, sorry, AD.
Yeah, maybe it's just being around, LeBron. You know what I mean? I remember we got in trouble once. My mom was, they had that meeting of the moms. 'Cause we got into a little bit of trouble. We had we used to have these BB gun wars in the forest.
Yeah.
And, we may have pumped 10 times instead of 4 times, and one kid went home hurt.
Yeah.
So my mom is sitting there at the table with everybody else's moms, and we're sitting in another room just like, what did you say? I didn't say nothing. What did you say? Comparing stories. And I heard my mom say, these are good boys. These are good boys. They just made a bad decision, and they're not bad boys. And I was saying, well, I think about Anthony Davis. He's a good boy. He's a good guy. And maybe just being around Russell Westbrook and say LeBron James, maybe that is turning. Maybe you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think AD when they won that championship, I think the flip was switched. Or the switch was flipped. Yeah, the flip was switched. And I think he got that sort of elitist idea now, and doesn't want to speak highly of anybody or show anybody any respect. So, and especially because the Lakers getting their asses kicked this year by everyone. Everyone is kicking their ass.
Keon is having a problem with the phone lines. I think he's cleared that phone line. So if you're still trying to get through, looking for caller 7-888-368-1580. Joe the Show says that's true. He didn't have to say it like that, but he's putting you guys on notice because we're coming for you guys next year. Just as you guys had us in your cross sights last year when we beat y'all. It's just a competitor thing. And even though AD does have injury problems, the dude is serious business. Well, we've seen bursts of him as serious business. Yes, we have seen that. And we've seen him play well, but there's so much injury. I mean, at what point when somebody is so physically fragile, do you have to sort of just give up on the 4 or 5 games you get him healthy? You know what I mean? At what point do you sort of kind of just cut your losses, and move on?
I don't know that they're going to give up on AD quite yet. I think they're going to restructure. They'll probably get rid of the coach, what's his name, greasy hair. They'll probably get rid of Westbrook. They'll retool with some new players and try to come back breathing fire next season. But yeah, AD will probably still be on the team.
Rex Terra takes a hard left turn in the conversation and says, so this morning my Steelers app wished me a happy birthday. Wait, your team has an app? Does the Cardinals have an app?
Oh,
they
yeah,
have their own app?
an app. Oh yeah, we've got an app.
They have what do you get on the app? What happens? I mean, what does the app do?
I get news and breaking news information and ticket specials and rosters.
No kidding.
And,
Colts have that. I didn't know the Colts have an app.
Yeah.
Well, is it
game schedules?
Can't you just follow them on Twitter instead? I mean, why do you need an app?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure you could, but I
sucking up resources.
Well, I mean, in the app, if you sign in and you buy tickets to the game, the tickets will show up on your app, so you don't have to go searching around for them. There they are. They're right on your app.
Yeah, all right, I guess so. Yeah. So does your Cardinals app wish you a happy birthday?
Well, I haven't signed in. I don't like doing that unless I have some reason to do it.
Gotcha. I just had no idea. I follow the Colts Twitter, which is where I'm not the only frustrated person out there who's a Colts fan right now, watching the Colts do nothing. And the Colts social media guys posted a thing where the bus driver's sitting there saying, "Don't make me tap the sign." And if you tap the sign says, "At Colts does not make roster decisions." Basically, they're tired of getting yelled at by all the fans saying, "What the hell are you guys doing over there?" It's like, hey, social media, we just tell you what's going on. We don't know. We don't handle it. So don't call us idiots. So I kind of would feel like that. All right, Keon, who do we got?
Joe the Show.
Joe the Show.
Hey, Joe the Show.
Saw the window, I guess, and jumped in and took the
opportunity. There you go. Listen, busy signals don't always mean give up, guys. Boomer Sooner says, breaking news, Jeffrey. The Chargers are anticipated to sign New England defensive back J.C. Jackson for multi-millions of dollars. Breaking news from the Chargers. Why would we break news from the Chargers? I mean, I like the Chargers. They're kind of cool, but
I guess one reason it would be breaking news is just that that's suddenly the most brutal division in football. That would be about it. Not the Chargers specifically.
I've been keeping track of the old Adam Schefter on the Twitter here, and I've noticed something. I went through and I got all the Cardinals information when we started the last hour, kind of talking about what's going on with the Cardinals. And I also noticed something. A lot of Washington players leaving Washington, talking about the Commandos, going other places. What's with everybody leaving the Washington Commandos? Are they cleaning house to continue to tank because they want to try to get more draft picks next year?
They're not trying to tank because they've got all the major pieces on their team.
You just lost Tim Settle to Buffalo on a 2-year deal.
Well, Tim is a part of Tim is on the defensive line. We're loaded there. Tim wasn't getting playing time. But here's what it is. Here's what it is. Carson Wentz's enormous ass contract. You no longer have cap space to sign anybody. That's
the worst.
That's why I didn't want him. It's not that Carson's not the best quarterback we've had for a while. It's that he costs too much. You can't afford anybody else.
Yeah,
that's it.
Sorry, I brought that up.
It's a big ass contract.
Kind of curious because I saw it. I wasn't trying to.
We are paying for all $23.5 million of it. Damn it. All right. I
wonder who we're going to overpay for at the Colts. So Justin Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. I think injuries to key players is the Suns' worst enemy. I'm not locking anything, but damn, they are good when they're clicking. On the downside, I haven't heard squiddly squat about DeAndre Ayton, so he must be doing the same old lazy boy soft play. That's not the word I'm getting. He's playing a consistent amount of ball, but have you
He's playing
seen
a great
him?
game.
Have
Yeah.
you seen him as aggressive as we want him to be?
I
Well,
don't.
Go ahead,
Go
Ken.
ahead. Okay, I was gonna say I don't think he's been more aggressive. Like he's a finesse player. Like that's who he is, and he's playing within himself. But in terms of does he go after the rebounds? Does he defend the paint? He's getting double doubles more frequently. He makes life difficult for anybody that's trying to go to the basket. You're not going to get a free pass around DeAndre Ayton, and that's what he's asked to do, and he does it really, really well.
So, but does that answer my question of has he become more aggressive like we wanted to see him to max contract him?
He dropped 23 points in last night against the Lakers.
He was 23 and 16. That's consistency. We're talking about you wanted him to go after those rebounds more. That's why this is where those double doubles are coming from. It ain't assists.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good to see that progress then, because that was the only thing I was asking for. I was just asking for more aggression, more focus, more getting after those rebounds, more. I just wanted more. So you're telling me I'm getting more? I'm going to believe you. Rough Rob says, is there a doctor in the house? Deadman left on the court of the Footprint Center. Yeah. Yes, that would be the entire Lakers squad right there. You are correct. Fish Tank says, he sent me the interview for Booker here. Yeah, I'll come back around to that. Mr. Pringle says, breaking news. Chicago Cubs were no hit in batting practice again.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
King Kitten says the Diamondbacks sent me a happy birthday email earlier this month. So I got that going for me. Okay.
Huh?
All right. So let's talk about the March Madness. Have you guys filled out your brackets? I filled out my bracket. Did you fill out your bracket?
I'm working on it.
Let me tell you.
I'm working on mine.
With my method, Keon, of having the dumbest school wins the bracket. See, here it is. See it right there. I actually put that on there. My final four should tell you the tale. I got Gonzaga, Kentucky, Kansas, Arizona in my top four. That seems like a chalk chasing bracket, doesn't it?
In Gonzaga, they're in Washington, right? Like that. Is that a dumb state?
No,
I don't think so.
There was, but when it was compared to the states that are playing now at the beginning, I had to face reality in the first round.
Right.
That there's no way that they weren't going to win that first game. And then after that, Gonzaga versus Memphis, Arkansas, that sort of thing. I was going, if it was out of the bounds of reality, then I had to give in. But as far as the rest of it goes, it's all, dumbest school wins. So, and that's why I have Gonzaga winning the whole thing. I mean, it doesn't seem to make sense in my theory, does it? I think I might have gone, you know what? I got to go back and do this again. I think my brain
A lot of people are taking the Zags to win it all, man.
No, I
don't know if you want to change this.
No. Stupid thing. My microphone keeps breaking. I think what I did, guys, is my intention was to have dumbest school wins. But then you're right. Washington's education ranking is top 5, I think.
Well, then you'd want U of A to win then.
No, I think what I accidentally did was I gave it to the smarter schools. I got to go back and redo this.
Because that's your instinct is to like lean on the smarter schools.
Well, yeah, because I was looking at I had to look up education rankings, and I think I accidentally gave it to the positives. I knew there was a couple at the very, maybe that's where I failed. It was at the very beginning. I started putting in a school, and I looked at it as like, yeah, but there's no way they'd win. So I was like, asterisked on that one. Remember, this is my method. I don't owe you people nothing, but I now that I look at it, Arizona, I had Arizona versus Kansas, and I just can't put Arizona in to win the whole thing. I hate them, so I can't put them in there. I can't put them in the finals. But technically, out of Arizona, Gonzaga, Kentucky, and Kansas, I am pretty sure Arizona is even below Kentucky in education. even below Kansas, even below Gonzaga. But if I remove Arizona, you're right, guys. Gonzaga comes from a state with a higher education thing. So Kansas, Kentucky, one of those two should be my winner. I got to go back and redo my stuff. Thank God we don't have to turn in our work today. I can go back and fix this problem. But my dumbest school wins bracket, maybe I should just do smartest school wins because it's my brain pick the winner like, oh, that's the best. And I transposed it. And messed up.
But you got to remember, like Yale is in the tournament this year. So if you go smartest school wins, then you're going to have a situation where Yale is in your Final Four or something.
Yale and Colgate.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is in the first round only. If it's overwhelmingly unlikely that the dumber team would beat one of these other higher ranked teams, I can't. I got to keep the bracket alive. So I'll make I'll make that decision. But I'll stick to my idea: rounds 2, Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four. So I think maybe that I got to go back to the drawing board. So who do you got in your top 4 there, Keon?
I haven't finished my bracket yet. Part of the deal for me is there's just going to be a lot of waffling back and forth while I overthink this.
Oh, now I want waffles, Randy.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Damn it, Keon.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
You know how it is.
Now I want waffles. I should have said it. Poor choice of words.
Who came up with the idea of putting waffles with chicken? I'll never understand how you get to that point, but it is.
Have you had it?
Oh, yeah. I was in California and I went, what's that place called? The famous one.
Oh, Roscoe's.
Yes. Went to Roscoe's right there. And that was good. That
savory
was good.
and sweet.
Fantastic.
I couldn't understand it, but I don't need to. It's tasty. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Brackets. You had to ask Keon about his Final Four.
Who you got in your Final Four?
I don't have a Final Four yet.
Why don't you have a Final Four? Because
Because
the only show we're going to do this week, Keon.
I know. Part of it is I didn't realize this was the only show we were going to do this week. I thought
we've only been talking and bragging about it and making the morning show cry for like a week.
I didn't realize that the first 4 games were so early, but I did the East Coast math on that because that's the last first 4 game I watched. It started at 6:30, and I forgot I changed time zones.
It all starts at 3:30 now, and it's 9 a.m. on Thursday when you get the first round.
That's so
going.
beautiful. That's so good.
Yeah,
you just wake up to basketball.
You think you're gonna have your top 4 by the end of the show, or
yeah, I can work on it.
I mean,
I'll give you my likely.
All right. How about you, Randy? Any luck with yours?
Well, I don't have it settled, but I do have. I think I'm going to go with U of A. I think Gonzaga is in there. I think Kansas ends up in there, and I think Duke will try very hard to get up in there. So give me Duke, Kansas, Arizona, and Gonzaga for the Final Four.
All right, and I think I'm going to do a secondary bracket. Where I'll have Apollo Hair College, DeVry, Phoenix College, and EVIT, the East Valley Institute for Technology. I'll have those in my Final Four.
What about West Tech? You're forgetting West Tech.
Let's be real. You're like a child. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. That's 800-807-1981.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Join us for the largest real estate education event in the country. Mark your calendars Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, March 17th, 18th, and 19th. Not a pitch fest, no slick salespeople. All sessions are educational and taught by successful investors and industry experts. It's the only event held for Lifestyles Unlimited members of its kind, open to the general public. You've heard us on radio. Now come meet us, our members, and the next generation of award-winning investors in person. Pick from topics like single-family rentals, buying apartment communities, becoming a passive investor, raising capital, retirement, asset protection, tax-free income, finding, fixing, and funding your investments, and more. Go to wealthandpassiveincomeexpo.com. Gain one-on-one access to realtors, lenders, property and asset managers, apartment owners, national real estate syndicators, and trade professionals. Use promo code EXPO50 and get in for just $47. Meet national radio host, multimillionaire real estate investor, and mentor Del Walmsley at wealthandpassiveincomeexpo.com.
The dictionary describes madness as frenzy, rage, intense excitement. Yeah, that sounds about right. We define it like this.
There's the pass to Laker. Puts it up. To Jackson Drew for the win.
The madness is coming.
Comes out, dribble.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, the home for March Madness.
Today, the Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, so the first four are on Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's the lineup. Got Texas A&M, Corpus Christi versus Texas Southern at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow, followed by Indiana and Wyoming. Then on Wednesday at 3:30, you got Bryant versus Wright State, followed by Notre Dame and Rutgers at 6 p.m. here on 1580, The Fanatic. Be sure and get yourselves on over to 1580thefanatic.com. You are running out of time. Look, I screwed up my whole process that I was going to do, so I'm glad I have a little bit of extra time, but you only have a couple of days. Go to 1580thefanatic.com, click on the link on the front page, join the CBS Sports platform, and enter. You could win $1,580 from Harman Solar. Everything you need is right there at 1580thefanatic.com. So did Devin Booker really say this post game after the Lakers? Here's the quote. Nah, that was going to happen anyway. I just think it's funny. It's all the ifs. If ifs were fifth, we'd all be drunk. If my auntie had something between her legs, she'd be my uncle. It's a lot of ifs in this game. You look at the history along the lines, there's something that comes up for every team during every season. Instead of just taking the high road, you got to make a comment like that.
He did say that. I listened to the audio just now during the commercial break.
You think he was sitting there practicing?
He said it so casually too.
He had to have rehearsed that.
I don't know. I mean, his voice never changed when he said it, and he had the glasses on, so I couldn't tell whether or not he thought it was clever. But
you gotta feel like, okay, yeah, he'd been practicing. Do you think he's just like that smooth?
No, I think he is that smooth. He's a very confident young man. I absolutely. He's probably heard that before.
Well,
and
he must have been saying that his entire life then.
That could be.
I'm not trying to put a dig on him, but that's just, I got to go watch that video. So he just delivered it smooth as glass. Like,
it's on Twitter. I think Fish Tank put it up. So you can go find it there.
Thanks, Fish Tank. I will go take a look at that. Joe the Show says, thanks for the tickets, fellas. Much love. Well, we love you. We're just not in love with you. We have wives and girlfriends, but thank you. Jagdog says, hey, the Lone Spur Cafe in Mesa has chicken and waffles with bacon pieces on top, butter, syrup, food coma. Good. Lone Spur Cafe. Gotta tell me something, Jagdog. Do they play country music in there? Please don't lie to me. By the way, I have eaten what I'll do for steak at the Texas Roadhouse. They play country music in there, right?
Yeah.
I don't stay long, but I will eat the steak. Just the tip says Keon is correct. According to basketballreference.com, Ayton is above his average for field goals. and 3-pointers, and his defensive rebounds are way up. Considering the most likely opponent in the finals would be the Bucks, is he doing enough so far, though, to make you think he's going to show up better against Giannis Antetokounmpo if that happens?
Well, that's the real question, and I only look at the last matchup that they had where he did show out. I thought he played really well in that game, and I don't think that that fear that Giannis put in him that last series, where Giannis just put the ball on top of his head. He's gotten a little revenge over the course of this season, and I think he's got some more confidence too, just from the other big guys he's gone up against and had good games against. He's had good games against Bam Adebayo. He's had good games against Jokic and Embiid. So I think that he's at that point now where he's starting to feel a whole lot more confident in his abilities. And I like to see it continue to grow, because when he's confident, it's tough for people to go in and around the basket and try and score on the Suns. And it makes it
really
easier
feel
for
like
everybody else.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is really coming at him with that sort of intensity that he would have in the postseason, though?
I think Giannis just doesn't have an off switch, really. I just think that Giannis just goes at whoever. And I don't think he stopped Giannis. Like, he blocked Giannis and he dunked on Giannis. But Giannis is this, nothing gets to him. He doesn't hang on to that stuff. He's wise beyond his years in that way. He doesn't hold on to a lot of the stuff the way a lot of other players might. So does that phase Giannis when they meet, if they were to meet in the finals again? I don't think that Giannis would even notice, to be honest with you.
Jagdog says, no country music, none. I don't believe you. You can't call a place Lone Spur Cafe.
It sure sounds like a place that should have country music.
Well, come on, maybe it's Southern Fried Rock. Maybe it's Leonard Skinner in there, and music like that.
I'm going to need to send a trusted spy into Lone Spur Cafe
because
do a little
if it's
recon.
Leonard Skinner, that's great. If it's all my exes live in Texas, like that's a no thank you.
So if it's George Strait, it's a hell no. But if it's
Straight
Leonard
out
Skinner,
the door.
it's all good.
Yeah. Rick Stera, I'm going to get to that here in a little bit. Boomer Sooner says, Keon, isn't Yale that runs a real good pick and roll and zone defense is really hard for teams to penetrate?
I mean, the amount of Ivy League basketball I've watched this year, guys. I didn't watch Yale play basketball. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I've watched a lot of college basketball this year. I've watched all 5 of the Power 5 conferences and the SoCon, the WAC. I didn't watch any Ivy League. None.
Boomer Sooner, what Keon's trying to say is he likes to watch good games. Fish Tank, thank you. Hefty Lefty says, I'm happy to see Jeannie Buss seemingly starting to put her foot down and push back on LeBron and Clutch Sports demands. Time to jettison everyone except for AD, Monk, Reeves, and maybe THT. But this year in football terms, the Lakers had Chiefs level expectations with Jets level results. That's about right. That is about right. I don't know how you dismantle and reassemble this team, and if that what he had suggested was the right way to go, Keon. But something is horribly broken with the Lakers, and why we want not? Maybe we shouldn't help them.
Maybe we shouldn't, but I think the door is kind of closed on putting your foot down against LeBron. You got to do that early. Like, I remember when LeBron was in Miami with the Heat, and he had some demands that he wanted to make of the team, and Pat Riley didn't say no. Pat Riley said hell no. And at that moment, it was very clear to LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, because all of them were making demands, that, you don't run this team. Pat Riley runs this team. And so, Jeannie Buss could have done that early. She didn't. I don't know that it's going to be very easy to do now.
So now I know Randy watched some racing this weekend, and I know you, Keon, you love yourself some college basketball. You've watched some college basketball this weekend. Did you catch Iowa, Indiana? Did you see that?
Yeah, I actually caught a little bit of that game. I was out for breakfast with my brother. Why not?
Did you hear what Jim Nantz said?
No, I didn't get to hear the game.
Randy, here's a clip of Jim Nantz talking about, I guess, a game of runs.
They set a game of runs. Indiana hot to start. Then the Hawkeyes started. That dead-eye shooting of theirs.
The Hawkeyes sharded.
Uh-oh. I think we just heard a little Freudian slip. The Jim Nantz must have had to go to the bathroom.
They set a game of runs.
Oh, no, I got the runs.
Indiana hot to start.
Oh, it's hot.
Then the Hawkeyes started.
Hey,
that
what?
dead-eye shooting of theirs.
I think he was thinking the word shooting when he said starting and sharded. God bless you, Jim Nantz.
That commercial break, how fast was Jim Nantz moving?
Yeah. There's like, where's Jim? So yeah, everybody makes mistakes, says the wrong words, but when you get Jim Nantz doing it, hilarious. All right, so March Madness. This is going to be an awful lot of fun. I don't know how to bet any of this. Should I just wait until the Final Four? I mean, I don't. I can't. I mean, I barely put together a bracket. How am I supposed to make money on this? Do you have any ideas of where the best places to bet? Like, you wait till the Sweet 16, the Final Four? Do you wait till the championship? Where do you do your betting?
I think that you like some of these games early on, where some of these upsets that you're usually looking at some kind of 12 versus a 5. If you can figure out which one of those is going to be an
put
upset,
$1 in each one of
yeah,
the,
like 14 and a 3, like one of
happens.
those usually breaks wide open.
Okay. It's a good idea. Not a bad idea. So $10 billion is going to be wagered on March Madness games this year. Can you believe that? $10 billion. Granted, $4 billion of that will be bet illegally. And but yes, at $10 billion, to give you an idea, that is 30% more than what people bet on the Super Bowl. Annual revenue for the NCAA. This is going to make you sick to your stomach and hate the NCAA even more. Last year, they got $1.2 billion. Do you know how much they distributed to Division I schools? 170 million. So they kept $1 billion. I don't know what they did with it. I don't know what NCAA does with any of this money, but the schools got a whopping 170. The hell's going on? Administrative fees. There's a lot of we need stamps. We need stamps.
Mm-hmm. And they're a nonprofit, by the way. So
I assure you, there is profit.
There's profit, but they're
a nonprofit.
But if you can tax, because the thing with nonprofits can make money.
Sure.
It's what's the cause for, and can you justify each of the people making the amount of money that they're making? I would argue that you can't, but as far as the government's concerned, the NCAA can, and they're not going to pay taxes on this.
To give you an idea, Arizona Sports Angels is a nonprofit. We do not have $1.2 billion in the account. We have no money in the account. Although somebody gave $25 the other day. I appreciate that. Whoever did. I gave him some tickets, and he said, "Hey, I'll do this." Oh, boy, I apologize. I can't remember which one of the texters it was, but that was very nice of you to go to ArizonaSportsAngels.org and do that. Yeah. What was I trying to say? Yeah, NCAA crooked, and college.
Of course.
Yeah, college basketball's highest paid coach is who?
College basketball's highest paid coach
who it
is
John Calipari, $8.1 million a year.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. And corporate bosses, they say our bosses will lose $13.8 billion because of lack of productivity during the tournament. Wow. And that's CRC broadcasting alone. They say the average worker spends 6 hours watching games. And the funny thing is, it's kind of part of our job, so we have to watch the games. We're probably the only guys that get to sit there and watch the TV, and the boss comes in, and you're like, "Shh, I'm working." Come on.
And the NCAA, or at CBS Sports specifically, they know they're wrong for this. They used to have, I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have this button that you could push, and it would pull up a fake PDF. So you could watch
spreadsheet.
So you could watch the game, and if you thought somebody was coming, you could click it, and a fake spreadsheet would pop up. And they had school versions for if you were in college.
They don't do it anymore.
I don't know if they do. I haven't had to use it in a while. So,
you dirtbag.
Well, I mean, come on.
I haven't had to use it in a while.
I was going to watch college basketball. It was going to happen.
So now let me tell you, we're doing this bracket contest, and thank God you don't need a perfect bracket to win the Harman Solar $1,580. You just have to have the best bracket of the bunch. And considering the bunch, you got damn good chance. So that is, within a realm of maybe odds. Now, the odds of finishing with a perfect bracket, 1 in 120 billion.
Wow.
The numbers get worse if you're not a fan of basketball and you have zero idea what you're doing. Now they're 1 in 9.2 quintillion.
That's my range right there.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, that's why they always feel so confident. Hey, fill out the bracket challenge. You win a free car. You're not winning a car. You're not winning a car.
And I guess, there's a 19% increase in beer sales during March Madness. 19% increase in pizza orders. I guess after losses versus wins, more pizza gets ordered. Like, screw it, I'm not cooking. And all right, so let's talk about the 4 number 1 seeds real fast. Gonzaga, Baylor, Arizona, Kansas. That is the first time since seeding began back in 1979 that the ACC only has one team in the top 4. That's Duke, by the way, number 2 seed. Gonzaga is the number 1 seed for the 5th time ever, all of them since 2013.
Wow. And I think that's not surprising, the ACC stat, because of how bad the ACC has been this year. Outside of Duke, kind of really hasn't been anybody worth paying a ton of attention to. So a few teams got in, but I don't know how far they're going to go.
Hey, Randy, you have to appreciate that it's been 1 hour and 37 minutes since the show started.
Yes.
And we haven't talked about the fact that Tom Brady has come back from retirement.
I do appreciate that. I bet Berg is very happy, though.
Berg is, he's always happy when anything goes with Tom Brady as a vicious, Patriots fan. But do people care? I mean, does anyone?
Oh, there seems to be a lot of on the Twitterverse. There seems to be a lot of activity about Tom Brady coming back. And I think it's the worst things he could have done. It is the absolute worst thing he could have done.
Let's talk about that when we come back, since we have to talk about it at least for a minute or two. I think it bears mentioning and talking about. We'll talk about Tom Brady coming back from his. He's not coming back from anything. He just took 40 days, and I'm sure
he's coming back from his family.
As much as he has told everybody he was retiring, he was probably working out. He's probably sticking to his regimen. And 40 days with all them damn kids running around screaming. Yeah, you probably want to go back to work too, especially when you're, by standards, a younger guy. Donnie says, take me off the ledge. Talk me off the ledge. Oh, God, I'm just penciling U of A to win it all. It's hard not to. I understand. But somewhere along the lines, they're going to choke. And it's I may even be the finals. I don't know. I talk you off the ledge. Talk me off the ledge. You just, as much as I hate you, Arizona, you have to respect the fact that they're a dominant team. You get that?
Yes.
It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Today, someone will clearly understand their doctor because they have an Arizona licensed American Sign Language interpreter at the appointment. Today, someone will use a voice amplifying device to have a meaningful conversation. Today, someone among the more than 1 million deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind Arizonans will enjoy greater accessibility and effective communication thanks to the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing. To learn more, visit acdhh.org, sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour.
In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
We've got the Big P Podcast.
Fantastic.
Never miss your favorite host, that big interview, or your favorite show again.
That's just about the most fantastic scheme I've had to date.
Check out our podcast library. Download your favorite shows you want to hear and listen to it whenever and wherever you want. It's like audio magic.
My.
Get your ear on now at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. This is the only show we will do this week. That's right. We're not gonna get all showered up for 30 minutes. So tomorrow and the next day, you'll have Veasan giving you some betting angles and advice and thought process before the games start at 3:30 p.m. But we'll be back in your radios again next Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. So yeah, have a nice break from us as you enjoy all of the great March Madness brought to us by our friends at Westwood One. So 888-368-1580. And all right, Randy, we got to talk about it. 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah.
What else happened in 40 days and 40 nights?
Is
that how long it took the ark to get built?
Yeah, it was no, that was the flood.
Oh, that's how long it rained for.
Yeah, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights.
It only took Tom Brady with screaming kids 40 days and 40 nights to drive him back to work as fast as he could possibly get there. And he's decided, yep, I'd rather be pursued by 250-pound men than deal with these damn kids. And that's exactly what happened.
I think that he said that, but okay.
He didn't have to say it. Anybody who's a father knows. Anyway, so he's back for a 23rd season. He tweeted, "These past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field, not in the stands, and that time will come, but it's not now." And so there we go. And he said, "Unfinished business, LFG." Was that like a brand of TV?
No, it's Let's Go, but you can't say what the F stands for on the FCC airwaves.
Oh, let's FCC go. That doesn't make
I thought it was.
I didn't think you know what you're talking about, Keon.
I can't say it on FCC airwaves. I didn't say FCC.
The FCC doesn't own the airways. I do, and I'm going to say it. Let's.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Still had to get to the dump button.
You actually reached over for it?
Just in case, it was a mistake. And
understand, I will never do that on purpose. You know what I mean? I'll never launch into I'll never do it. I'll never do that on purpose. It might slip sometime, but by the way, there are 7 seconds on that thing right now, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good. So I was more surprised when he retired than when he unretired. I wasn't expecting it for him to unretire. We had a lot of time with him, not really a factor, but now he's back. There's one more team that doesn't need a quarterback. That helps Mike Holtz in some way. And that's fine. So I'm not upset about it. I don't care about it. There's one person who's really upset about it. Someone spent a small fortune on what should have been a historic piece of sports memorabilia, but Tom Brady ruined it for him and robbed him of this. Just hours before Tom Brady announced he was coming out of retirement, an anonymous bidder paid $518,628 at Leland's auction for what was supposed to be his final touchdown ball. Wow. Yeah. So now it's not going to probably be his last touchdown ball now, is it? So that ball's probably never going to be worth that again. You spent $500,000 on Something you could have been gone to Walmart and got for $5.
Mhm.
Well done. So of
Mhm.
course, the first thing I think is call Leland's. Hey guys, can we undo this? Leland's are like, who this? No, you speaking English?
Who this?
So, to be fair, they need to treat him fairly. They've got to do something about this. Don't they?
You'd think so. It just seems weird to have an auction for something that you could have waited a summer to just make sure.
Hours later, he unretired. He didn't even get a day with a $500,000 ball.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
And what the hell's wrong with you buying a ball for $500,000?
Well, that's the other part of it. But he's got the money, and you go,
is it signed?
It's Tom Brady's last ball.
It needs to be signed. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, that guy not happy to see Tom Brady come back. And now that Tom Brady is back, it'll make him the first quarterback to start an NFL game after he turns 45. Tom Brady's 45 is a lot different than Steve DeBerg's or anybody else. George Blanda. George Blanda looked about 60 if you see the old photos of him when he played into his 40s. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, more surprised that Tom Brady retired than unretired. Fighting Wampa says Tom Brady's coming back because he wants to be like LeBron and play one season with his son.
Oh, boy.
He's old enough to get drafted. I don't know how old his oldest kid is. So that's another 10 years down the road or something, right? Or maybe he just wants to play with Arch Manning. I don't know. Fish Tank says Brady should go buy that ball off that guy. Look, you know what? I'm with you, Fish Tank. That would be a nice gesture. But also, let me remind you, Tom Brady doesn't give a crap about the little guy. How do I know this? Because when COVID hit, he took millions in PPE money and never gave it back. He didn't need the money. He and his company, TB12, didn't need the money. He could have funded that company with his own bazillions of dollars that he has. Yet he applied for the PPE money. So will Tom Brady go buy the ball to make nice for the guy? Doubt it.
Highly doubt it. Also, Tom Brady's oldest son, 14 years old. So it's definitely possible.
So he has to hang in there at least till what, 6 years? Maybe 7? So he's got to play 30 years in the NFL to get to play with his son.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a guy my age open mouth kiss a guy your age on the TV.
Jeez.
After he gets a,
Oh, boy.
I don't want to see it. Hefty Lefty says that football auction guy is hoping for Brady to play at FedEx Field just for 1 week. So he does get injured and leaves the game before he throws a touchdown. What's the Bucs' first game? I know they're playing in Germany this year for some unknown reason.
I got to grow the game. National games got to grow the game.
Yeah, we like the football here. It's very nice. Come play ball. Tiger Paw said, it was said that possibly Brady was doing this as a ploy to get traded, waiting for the Bucs to sign a bursting quarterback and then say, oh, by the way, I'm going to come back, but you guys got a quarterback to trade. But me, okay. So she's saying basically this was a ploy, didn't work. So now he's like, all right, fine, I'm coming back. And so she says, yeah, whenever he came back, it was like, oh, shoot, now he plays 1 more year and we'll see if he goes to another team next year when he's a free agent. I don't know if Tom Brady's that calculating. Do you think Tom Brady was trying to get out because he didn't feel like the Bucs could win a Super Bowl, or you think this was legit, guys?
No, I don't know. I think that I don't think he thought they couldn't win a Super Bowl. I really thought he thought he was ready to retire, and then realized about a month later, no, not ready to retire. Because the Bucs were pretty adamant all along that they were not going to make a significant move at quarterback. They might draft a guy, but that's as far as they were willing to go.
Fighting Wampa is suggesting that the guy who bought the ball for Tom Brady's last touchdown needs to do a Galooly. That's right. Do a good old Nancy Kerrigan move there to ensure it was his last touchdown pass ever. I'm not saying he should. I don't think
Galooly.
I don't support that sort of thing, but we know who the first suspect will be, whoever bought that ball. Just the Tip says, please This talk about Uchalupa going far in the tournament, it's about to make me sick. People that live in that hellhole called Tucson go to the airport to kick themselves in the nuts for fun. I've seen it on the cartoon TV.
Wow.
The mess of the West is easily found by heading south from Phoenix until you smell it, then heading east till you step in it. The darkest corner of my life is that youngest child graduated with a mathematics degree from that short bus parking lot. Wow. So now you can count it. How many fries to go into Super Fry? Hold it. That just the Tip's losing it.
Wow.
The Jet says the only reason Tom Brady is coming back to football is because gas prices are so damn high. He needs the extra money to get that gas in that boat.
Even Tom can't afford it. Also, we don't know the order of the schedules, but they do not play the Commandos.
Senior Wake and Bake says, yeah, Brady got tired of playing tonsil hockey with the family.
Wow.
Last Optimist says, I don't blame Brady for taking the money. I blame our government for making it available to him. What? What?
Hey.
All right. Big George says, I'm sad this is the last show for the week. What are we supposed to do for a full week without the Daily Blender? Listen to audiobooks?
Well, there's this
March Madness.
gigantic basketball tournament. There's 68 teams involved.
I
Maybe
like-
watch some of those games.
I like how Big George, he says, what are we supposed to do? Listen to audiobooks? Watch porn? He jumped right to porn awfully quick. Didn't he?
Wow. I mean, the one educational thing, and then we were just right there.
Yeah, he's like, listen to audiobooks about porn? Yeah, okay. Boomer Sooner says, what was this about? Oh, about Yale. And earlier he said that about how Yale was good as a pick and roll and zone defense, and it's hard for teams to penetrate. We all thought he was making a dick joke or something. Well, he says, no, seriously, guys, I wasn't just picking that out of the air. There was one of the Ivy League schools a few years back that would get in the tournament, make some noise because what I just said earlier, the pick and roll. I think backdoor passes and stuff. I think he's still being dirty. Is he being dirty?
No, I don't.
He
I
went
don't.
right to penetration to backdoor passes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll penetrate it. Backdoor passes and stuff. Anyway, they were good for a while. I had to coach. I had a coach that had been there for years. I wasn't trying to make up a story. It's the truth.
Yeah.
You have to understand, Boomer Sooner, when you put the word penetrate and backdoor passes, it's kind of, you're going to get flagged at the airport.
Probably.
Yeah. And it's this show, so we kind of expect that. You know, it's
ew. Sorry, just read the Jet. He said some of us watch porn while we listen to you guys.
Ooh,
please don't.
And if you do, keep that between you and your internet service provider. Don't tell me.
No, don't turn off the music, Randy. I don't want them doing that. Turn that off. Turn it off. I want to actually, every now and then, Keon, remind me that someone might be watching porn while listening to us. So I can go, your mom naked.
Wow.
Grandma naked on a trampoline.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
That way it'll ruin porn for anybody who's listening to us watching the porn. Of course, somebody in the car is going to be like, why did he just say grandpa naked in the garage? Why would he say that?
Oh, God.
So I don't want to think about it, Jet. Don't even put that idea out there. Mr. Wilbur says, hey, Big George, you can only hope that the Pac-12 network replaces the one and only March Madness victory that Bobby Hurley had a few years back. What? What are you talking about? Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, please stop. No more. Not sister, not aunt, not cousin, not mother, not grandma. Please stop. Well, that you just did it yourself.
You just named all of them.
I can just say 2 words probably would be enough to break your concentration if you were listening to this show watching porn.
Break your concentration.
Yeah.
You mean as if listening to this show would not break your concentration?
I could do 2 words, but 4 words would be better. 4 words. Sun City Nude Beach.
Wow.
I don't have a point of reference for what that is, and I'm grateful.
It's an old people place.
Oh,
I should have said Sun
Say
City.
it.
I should have said Leisure World Nude Beach.
It's a retirement community.
Yeah. Boogie says Princeton is the Ivy League school that has made noise in the tournament at times. That's what he's thinking. Rough Rob says, I think Tom Brady just wanted to keep his bromance with Gronk going. Yeah, it was interesting how Gronk has been suspiciously quiet the last few weeks, other than kind of mentioning, I might like to play with the Chargers. I don't know if it even means he's coming back for sure or not. I think he might just be done, whether Tom Brady's back or not. What do you think?
I mean, Gronk's got the aches and pains, and he got injured again last season.
Yeah.
And the reason he retired in the first place was all of the injuries on his body. Tom could probably talk him back into it because they're buds, but I think minus Tom specifically going out of his way to talk Gronk back into it, I think Gronk's done.
It just occurred to me. It was weird that Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay to play football because, he likes to deflate the balls. And when you are in a hotter temperature, the air will expand in the ball. It's counterproductive to the way he likes his balls.
Yeah, well,
he likes his balls soft.
Yes, he does.
But if you're not playing in the cold weather and your fingers are numb and all of that stuff, then maybe it doesn't matter.
Guess it's trade-off. Yeah, totally a trade-off.
You can actually just feel the football.
Tiger Paws says Bill Belichick naked. See,
oh my
there you
God.
go. Right
Wow.
there. That took care of it. If that didn't finish, okay, bad choice of words. If that didn't stop the jet, I don't know what would. Hefty Lefty says, we're going to figure out pretty quick which texter has a guilt fetish. I think it was Tiger Paws. Because G could be grandpa, too. I don't want to talk about this anymore. When we come back, let's change the subject. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Today we'll talk baseball, Major League Baseball, pitching. It's become the big part of the game. What Major League Baseball team in the history of the game had the very first 4 20-game winners on one team? The answer coming up.
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you a different question from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the team that had the first 4 20-game winners on a staff. The Baltimore Orioles. Pat Dobson, Mike Cuellar, Dave McNally, and Jim Palmer. That Oriole pitching staff would get them into the World Series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz.
The Renaissance Festival is back!
Weekends now through April 3rd.
Great shopping! A giant crafts market! New shows featuring sea fairies, mermaids, and merriments! Non-stop feasting and more! The Renaissance Festival is back!
Weekends now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Bashers and Food City or Arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashers, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
Take a shot on college hoops this March with a risk-free bet on FanDuel Sportsbook. Hey, it's Randy here from the Daily Blender. It doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account, all customers will get a risk-free bet on the bracket. Just sign in to FanDuel Sportsbook app and claim yours today. If you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Randy1580 to get in on the action. Then you can bet on that underdog you've had your eye on, or just go with the favorites. Either way, it's risk-free. And with cash out, the ball's in your court, so you can close out your bet whenever you want before the game is over. There's no better place to bet the tournament than FanDuel Sportsbook. Join now with promo code Randy1580. Or if you already have an account, sign into the FanDuel Sportsbook app to claim your risk-free bet today. Remember, you got to be 21 and older, present in Arizona. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $5. Offer is non-transferable. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
In many countries around the world, medical care is scarce. Countless millions have no access to safe surgery. Mercy Ships is there to help. Mercy Ships provides free surgeries for the thousands of those who are waiting for surgery at each port.
Mercy Ships is bringing services to countries that would otherwise never be able to access those services.
Find out how you can help by visiting our website at mercyships.org. That's mercyships.org.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
everybody. It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and welcome to Free Agency Week. That's right. Things are really interesting already. Going to get even more interesting in the week and weeks to come. So the new league year actually starts on Wednesday. I've actually got a calendar reminder saying Happy New NFL year. And that is March 16th when that goes down. That is when the trades can officially be trades. Right now, it's just legal tampering, which I don't understand. Why even call it that? Just let them do what they got to do. This is kind of just stupid.
Yeah,
of the
like
NFL.
it just start free agency. Like if you're just going to allow a period where people are allowed to call, but it's still not official, but we're still signing, then just call it free agency because that's what it is.
So now there's $208.2 million available to all those teams, and for cap money per team. And so I guess let's see, if it's noon, it'll be 9 a.m. on Monday when you're going to start to see things go crazy. There will be pictures of people signing stuff, holding up papers and doing whatever. Everybody's going to get their contracts. Everybody's going to get paid, and then now you're going to see some serious work start to happen. Now some serious trades are going to happen. Now a lot of stuff is about to happen. Then it'll get quiet again and then get real loud towards the end of April.
Okay.
That's when the draft happens. A lot of people sitting there ready to pounce, ready to go, watching what's happening, seeing who wants what, seeing who needs what, seeing where they can find a deal, seeing where they can find the player. I don't know what my Colts are doing right now. I do. Well, no, I do. They're doing nothing. They've done nothing but hire Reggie Wayne as a wide receiver coach. I do know what the Washington Commandos are doing. Keon's team is just basically selling everything off. Everything must go.
Well, we're just letting people walk out the door. We're paying Carson Wentz is what we're doing.
And then Randy, of course, with the Arizona Cardinals, it seems like they're doing some good work. They're paying some of the appropriate people. I don't know how far down that they've whittled away what cap space they have left and trying to figure out what they're going to do for Kyler Murray. But it seems that the intent is to keep the team pretty much the same, although they did let Christian Kirk go. So I guess they're going to draft a wide receiver or something. I mean, they're going to need some help in there.
They still have what's the kid's name? The rookie from last year was the punt returner, the speedster. I can't. Number 4. I can't think of his name. Anyway, they still have him on the roster. They like him a lot. They could be drafting wide receivers. They could be going out in this wide receiver market. I'd like to see the team get some offensive linemen. I'd like to see them, upgrade that offensive line. But did I say that every year? So they've locked up. They've locked up some key pieces to this team. They're going to let Chandler Jones walk, I guess, which I'm extremely disappointed in. But hey, it's time for Zaven Collins, and it's time for the rest of the team to step up and cover him. And so here we go. Yeah, welcome to free agency. My Cardinals are a little active, but
yeah,
they're also trying to clear a lot of space before that new league year starts too.
Keeping the good people and trying to restructure the others, and letting some people just go because they can't afford it. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of a team you end up with. Let's go ahead and go down the list of things that have happened. Of course, we talked about all the Cardinals signings. There were a shitload of them today. And, I'm not going to go back and rehash that, but you know what you got. And the Steelers now have their replacement for Ben Roethlisberger, Mitch Trubisky. 2-year deal, the Steelers. And all I can say is thank God I didn't want him in the Colts. That's all I'm going to be doing, watching all these deals go. It'll just be me going, oh, thank God that guy. I didn't want that guy. I don't know how many guys I'm going to see go that I'm going to go, oh, I wanted that guy. Maybe if it's Gardner Minshew. I swear to God, I think Gardner Minshew could do a fine job for the Colts. But I guess if I'm thinking that, there's a lot of guys who could do a fine job for the Colts. Off the free agency market, Patrick Mahomes. He got married. He got married to that Britt Matthews. Britt Matthews, she's the lady that is always getting into trouble with Patrick Mahomes' brother, and not in the way that's interesting. I guess they went to Hawaii and got married, and Travis Kelce was there as a groomsman. His younger douchebag brother Jackson was best man. And I, be honest, I'm a little more surprised that he went through with the wedding to her than I am Tom Brady coming back.
I'm really,
yeah, because he always looks annoyed whenever he's around her and her brother and his brother.
Well,
he always is kind of just sitting there like, God, I wish they'd stop.
Hey, I think he wishes that they would stop, especially with the TikTok stuff. I think that specifically annoys him. But if that's all that it is, then I guess, you know, the rest of the relationship is fine. She can't TikTok 24 hours a day. I hope.
She is bad at social media, so she must be really good at some other things. Carson Wentz is saying that he's looking forward to a rich history. And does he know the history of the Washington football team? I'm looking forward to getting to Washington. This organization has a rich history. I guess Carson's a fan of racists and sexual harassers.
Now hold on. I'm not going to let you put my team down in that regard.
Did anything I say, was that any of that a lie?
That was not a lie. That's part of the history too, and it's bad. I'm not going to sit here and try and cover over that. But when he's talking about the rich history, he's talking about when this team was able to win, when this team won Super Bowls, when Doug Williams, the first black quarterback, was able to win a Super Bowl in the NFL. He did it with Washington.
That was cool. That was cool.
You know, at the Joe Gibbs teams that were out there. Okay, let's pump the brakes on.
All right, fine.
There's no rich history with Washington. That come on.
It's sketchy. Can I say it's sketchy?
Yeah,
sketchy.
It is the very definition of a checkered past.
Yeah, wow. Checkered past. There you go. That's a good way to put it. Well, you're not going to like the end of his comment. Hey, here he says, I'm going to do everything I can this offseason to prepare for a special season. I can't wait to see you at FedEx Field this fall.
Well, that's where we're playing.
Nobody wants to go to FedEx Field.
Nobody wants to go there, but those fans are diehard. And if you can find a way to win, they'll be there.
You know,
that's the real question, Carson. Can you win us some football games?
How long is it going to take the Washington Commandos to find that they have 3 sites in mind for a new stadium? They haven't really moved anything. They're not seemingly that active. You're probably 4 or 5 years away from the new place.
They're hoping that it's less than that. But what it is they want the gambling to be part of the new stadium, whatever that is. And so that may be a problem if the stadium winds up being on the Virginia side of the border as opposed to the Maryland side of the border. Some things would have to move around to make that possible, and the DC side of things too, depending on where they wind up. So that's slowing a lot of the process down.
You want to talk gambling? There's nobody who knows gambling more than a cheerleader picking something up off the ground in front of Dan Snyder.
Oh boy!
So no, wait, that wasn't a Bevo dig on the cheerleaders. That was more about Dan Snyder, Randy.
Oh, okay.
So
he's a bad person.
Here's another quarterback my Colts don't have to worry about, and that is former Broncos quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. I guess he's looking to sign a 1-year deal to be the backup for the Miami Dolphins. And Mr. Fish Tank is okay with that, I guess, I think is what he had texted earlier.
Well,
okay with that, I guess.
I think that the Tua could be a higher end version of what Teddy is. So if you got that guy that's here to tell you, like, these are the smart throws to make, because that's how Tua is going to beat you. He's going to beat you with his mind. I can think of people you could do worse with than Teddy Bridgewater as a backup quarterback.
So we talked about earlier how Deshaun Watson, is not going to be permitted to talk to the Colts. And I'm okay with that. And I was surprised to hear they were even ringing that phone, but I guess you got to do your due diligence. But I did see where he's expected to meet in the next 48 hours with the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints, probably 2 of the neediest quarterback teams. Now, I got no quarterback in the Colts, so I guess we are also, but the Panthers have had a horrific couple of years. The New Orleans Saints losing Drew Brees. Well, you saw how the Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston fiasco went last year. So here's the thing. If I'm Deshaun Watson and these are my options, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't think either. I guess you want the Saints, right? You just want the Saints to put up the most money because they're but you don't even have Sean Payton there. right? Sean Payton is left.
Sean
So
Payton would be the draw if you were to go. I actually think the Panthers are a better situation than the Saints are.
Really?
Yeah, just because of the wide receiver room. Very underrated. They got DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. Those two guys put up numbers every year. Just nobody notices because they don't win games. They just haven't had a quarterback throwing them the football. And they could use some work defensively, but they've got a good defense. I mean, Jeremy Chin, the safety, emerged as a rookie of the year candidate, lost barely to Chase Young. Brian Burns, the defensive end that they drafted, also emerging as a top tier. They've got pieces. It's not a full team yet, but there's stuff there to like, and they've got the cap space that they can do some things where I think the Saints are in cap hell. And like you said, they don't have Sean Payton, so that hurts a lot too.
Big George, it troubles me that you're searching all the porn sites for Leisure World Nude Beach. That was just a joke. Please just
don't do that to yourself, Big George.
Clear your search history. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I need brain bleach for that. I can't even. What were you even saying? Oh, Deshaun Watson, right? There's got to be a better scenario for Deshaun Watson out there than the Panthers or the Saints, though.
I mean, if he goes to the Panthers, with Tom Brady coming back in Tampa Bay, they're the second best team in the NFC South, like right away.
But you're going from the Texans into a historically similar situation. The Texans were kind of okay, and now the Panthers are kind of okay. He's just going to end up having the same thing where he balls out and doesn't matter. Deshaun Watson, maybe that's probably the wrong term, plays. Oh my God. Yeah, he plays like crazy, but his team can't win because the talent is so bad on the team.
Well, part of it is, though, with the Texans. The Texans had a decent team originally, and then Bill O'Brien started trading everyone away for no reason, and no one knows why except Bill O'Brien. But you're not going to have that with the Panthers. I think the Panthers are in a better shape now than the Texans were, near the end when they just started shipping parts off. Giving away, Hopkins to the Cardinals. Thanks for that, Bill. But that kind of mindset kind of caused the Texans to have less talent than these Panthers do now.
You feel like the Seahawks are probably in this conversation quietly. Hefty Lefty says Teddy Roosevelt back to playing in his natural position. Back up. Mr. Pringle says no show the rest of the week. Damn, Colts better hurry up and sign Goff before this hour is over.
Oh my God, that's so mean.
Well, one of the things that's scaring me is the fact that multiple teams have expressed interest in trading for Kirk Cousins. Tell me, is that something I want? Tell me that that's something that could work for the Colts. I don't want, but didn't he do okay there?
Didn't I hear that Kirk Cousins just signed an extension with the Vikings?
No, that was Christian Kirk. I don't know.
No, I did hear something about that too. Kirk Cousins did sign an extension earlier.
I thought the Vikings signed him to an extension yesterday, I think.
Well, people are still talking about. People are calling up trying to see what they can do to get him, even with the extension, I guess. Well, then good. I don't have to worry about him.
Yeah, but
I thought I saw that too, but.
Which doesn't mean that he wouldn't be traded. It just means that they signed the extension. So it's most likely he's staying in Minnesota.
Yeah, 1 year extension worth $35 million is what it says here.
1 year, $35 million for basic quarterback. That's about going rate, right?
Yeah. But he's so average. It's just it's unbelievable. I think his record is something
Carson Wentz, Kirk Cousins. Who's better?
I would say Kirk because he makes less mistakes. Kirk Cousins is not going to have that play where, you're up by 4 and you need him to protect the football and he throws an interception and you don't know why. He's not going to do that. However, he's not going to make a big time throw either. He's very conservative. But if you have a team and you just need a quarterback that's not going to screw it all up, Kirk's your guy.
Yeah, we also need a guy who can win when it matters, and that we did not get out of Carson Wentz.
Here's Kirk Cousins in a nutshell. His record over the course of his entire career, he's 59-59-2.
Oh, brother. That's I hope the Colts are not one of the ones in this conversation, because when I asked you the question, who's better, Carson Wentz or Kirk Cousins, it sounded like I was saying, what's worse, runny dog poop or runny cat poop?
Oh, geez.
It was just basically the damn same thing. The New England Patriots have their guy, at least their backup. Brian Hoyer signed a 2-year, $4 million deal to stay in New England. God, these backups, you feel sorry for them, but then you're like, $4 million. It's more than that's just a little bit more than I'll make this year.
And some of these backups too, they've had shots. So like the guys that have never gotten a turn, I feel a little bit bad for, but Brian Hoyer's had multiple starting shots in this league and it just didn't work out.
Must be nice. So I still don't know what's happening. I don't know where any moves are going to be made that my Colts are going to get a good quarterback, but it better not be Goff. I swear to God, it better not. And it better not be Josh Rosen either, Blissful Hayes. The Jet says Rondale Moore.
Yes, that's Rondale Moore. That's another addition to the Cardinals staff. I think this kid's going to be something special out of Purdue. Yeah. So I think he picks up where Christian Kirk leaves off.
With better hands.
Big Stanky 87 randomly says Tennessee got screwed with seeds.
Huh?
Oh yeah, seeding. Seeding. The Vols. If I can pull up my tournament bracket here. Yeah, Tennessee, being a 3 seed. A lot of people think that the Vols got hosed the way that they played down the stretch. In the SEC tournament and to end the season, for them to wind up just being a 3 seed as good as they looked, you could make the argument that they deserved better. But what can you do?
By the way, Swave Day says, "Oh my God, if the tournament starts that soon, sign me up. How do I get in?" You go to 1580thefanatic.com, click on the link for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic Bracket Challenge. The password is right there, but I can tell you it's lowercase Harmon. That'll just get you in. It's not like a state secret or nothing, but go to 1580thefanatic.com, click on that, get into the CBS Sports platform, join us in there. I've seen the numbers are starting to go up. More and more people are joining. So you got a chance at $1,580. You don't have to have a perfect bracket. You just have to have the best bracket, and more prizes are on the way. So go to 1580thefanatic.com for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic Bracket Challenge. Got to take a break. We come back. More football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Simple Green is perfect for making your auto, RV, cycling, boating, and other sporting equipment look like new. SimpleGreen.com.
College basketball, first 4 in Dayton, Ohio, Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, Texas A&M Corpus Christi takes on Texas Southern. Texas Southern, a 3-point favorite, minus 164. Texas A&M Corpus Christi plus 136, over under 136. Wyoming and Indiana on Tuesday. The Hoosiers favored by 4 points, minus 182. Cowboys plus 150, over under 131.5. Looking into Wednesday in Dayton, Wright State, a 2-point favorite over Bryant, over under 152. Rutgers, a 0.5 point favorite over Notre Dame, over under 131.5. With your VSiN action update, I'm Tony Desiri on Arizona's sports betting station.
Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're not shopping spring essentials at Kohl's, you're missing out. I just got 20% off the cutest outfit from Sonoma Goods for Life, 25% off Hurley, which my son loves, and 25% off Champion and Adidas. Did I mention I also got an extra 15% off and earn Kohl's cash? Here's to longer days and more time to save. Select styles, 15% offer ends March 20th. Hurley, Champion, Adidas, coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
There's no doubt that Harmon Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
We just can't help it. We have to do it. It's in our DNA. At 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, we have to bring you the most epic moments in sports.
NCAA football, NASCAR racing, Arizona Rapids football, golf's biggest interest, March Madness, NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we can't help it. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Before we talk some more football, I do have a man card question. Somebody asked me this the other day. It bears conversating about just briefly, considering how high the gas prices are. Holy cow. Gas prices have gone nuts. And it was funny. I saw that sticker, the Joe Biden's pointing at things and I did this. No, he didn't. Putin started the craze, but it's the oil companies. And there is an issue when there's not that much oil coming in. Then you have to buy it somewhere else that's more expensive, that whole thing. But does it justify this ridiculous increase in gas prices? No, that's just the oil companies pantsing us once again. So anyways, back to the man card question. Somebody asked me, hey, since you know the cars, Jeffrey, with the gas prices going higher and higher and higher, is it okay to just use regular gas? Because this person has a vehicle that they use premium all the time. And now they're like, I can't afford this. And, can I just use regular instead? And well, this person had a high-end engine. And I'm like, well, for your engine, a 760 horsepower engine, no, you better just go ahead and use the premium gas. If you start to use regular on that engine, it could mess some stuff up. But 99% of the cars out there, if you've been running premium, you don't have to. Regular gas will do just fine unless you're supercharged. If you put regular gas in a car that needs a premium, it could be a problem. But no, especially the older models, by the way. But most cars on the road right now do not need premium gas. You don't need the top gas. You don't need the second top. Just regular is fine. And, maybe not the cheapest gas you can find all the time. Sometimes it's a good idea to go to places where the regular will still have some of those detergents in it, like Chevron and Exxon. They put stuff in their gas that helps keep your engine clean. And, even though they aren't like maybe the cheapest, maybe they're 5 cents more, that's maybe a good alternative if you're worried about it. But by law, all gas has to have some detergents in it. But the top tier gas, like at Chevron, Exxon, they have more. So here's what you could do during the high gas prices. Once a quarter, which for you Daily Blender listeners, that's every 3 months. Like every 3 months, fill your tank with premium from Chevron or Exxon or someplace where they've got good, the good clean stuff. And that's probably enough. Run regular the rest of the time. It's not going to make a difference in your performance. It's just really about making sure you're taking care of your engine. So again, unless you have some supercar, some sort of a crazy, Jeffrey O'Brien car. You can go ahead and put the regular in your engine. Not a problem. Mr. Pringle says, or you can just pour a can of Seafoam in your tank once every 6 months.
I like the Seafoam.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. So there you go. That was just making sure that during this time of very expensive gasoline that yes, you can get the cheapest gas, but take care of your car. It's just the same as doing maintenance on it. I say every 3 months, run some premium through it and you'll be just fine. So I just wanted to answer that question on air before we took our little break because, I know that was all serious. It wasn't like what we normally do here. So I'll go ahead and give you this for the man talk segment to end like a Daily Blender segment. Are you ready?
Okay.
When male honeybees mate, their sexual organs explode out of their body and they die. Wait, did we already talk about this?
We have, yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, because I remember I was in pain that day too.
Yeah, I just got a twitch in my shorts. Didn't feel good. Yeah,
it just ended up in the pile, so I must have forgot to throw that one away.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about this then in the man card segment better? Now, I heard about this last year, and I think we even talked about it briefly, but now it's a real thing. Walmart now has mac and cheese flavored ice cream.
No.
They also have pizza flavored ice cream.
That is another no.
Okay, just thought I'd let you know. It sounds nasty to me too, but I just figured.
Thanks, Walmart, but no thanks.
Better than ending on a boring thing about gas.
Yeah.
Wiggy, my piggy says, Jeffrey, I have a 1999 Nissan 4-cylinder. I only ran premium. I have over 450,000 miles on it. I will stay with my premium. Well, you heard where I said the older cars. Yeah, those older cars. What kind of Nissan? I'm kind of curious. Is it like a race car or is it just like a regular like a Nissan Sentra or something? But listen, you do you, Wiggy, my piggy. If it has worked for you, you go. I'm just saying, in general, you don't have to. But on the older car, probably wise. And I'm impressed. 450,000 miles. I got like 280,000 miles out of a Jeep once, but I don't know if I've ever seen a car get 450,000 miles. So respect there, man. Big George says, same thing happens to me. Like the honeybees every time. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that.
Wow. You were in a mood today, Big George.
Blissful A says, here's an idea for your Colts, Jeffrey. Blaine Gabbert. Yeah, I'm just going to block you right now. Click. Wow. That's enough. I can't take it. All right, I didn't block him, but I really wanted to. Senior Wake and Bake says, Kirk Cousins equals Kirk Douglas. Same guy. Douglas is quicker even from the grave. Wow, are you stoned right now or what? Ookla says, Sam Darnold heading to the Colts. Shut up.
I think we all saw how that went last year. Some quarterbacks who used to be coached by Adam Gase, not that bad. It was Adam Gase. In the case of Darnold, not so much.
I like all the misdirection people have been doing. Bruce Arians talking up those quarterbacks. You were like, no, he's not going to really use them. He's probably even just trying to trade them off. But I guess he was like, oh, yeah, I got my eye on that Baker Mayfield right now. Oh, I really like that kid. Shut up. You're getting Tom Brady back and you know it.
How happy do you think he was when that happened?
I'm sure he's relieved, but I think that I think he's known probably longer than we have that was going to happen. And I think that he's been trying to keep a team together best he can. It's not like Tom Brady's going to come at him asking for a crap ton of money, but that team has been held together with duct tape and baling wire. I mean, trying to keep all those players together, I mean, how are they doing for cap space, Keon? I mean, are they going to be able to put together the same kind of high quality team as last year or the year before when they won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they were already struggling with cap space to begin with, just because of all the guys that they brought back for last year's Super Bowl run. And again, they're going to have to find some ways to do it. I know that a couple days ago, they restructured Vita Vea's contract to try and give them a little bit more cap relief, but it's still going to be a whole lot of work. And a lot of guys are going to have to take a pay cut, not just Tom Brady, who notoriously does it. It's going to be tight here with this cap this year for the Buccaneers.
I'm not going to ask you to look up Tom Brady's net worth because it's plenty. Here's the question. Tom Brady sees the horizon there. You know he's playing. He desperately wants to go out with a Super Bowl. He got fairly close to having a chance at that, but still, that had to be really hurt. So he's coming back with a different focus. He wants that ring. He wants a ring for every finger. You don't put them on your thumbs. He just wants one for every finger. He wants that 8th ring, right? So possible that he plays for free to free up some money to get either some free agency wide receiver or some more help on that offensive line. Would he play for free or close to it?
No. And because Tom Brady is friends with players on the players union, and the players union would never stand for that. You can take pay cuts.
Why do they care where the money goes? They still get their cut of it.
They get their cut of it, but the players union's like, look, if Tom Brady is there playing for free, it's going to be really hard for Joe Schmo to be able to negotiate their next contract, because teams are going to ask you to take a pay cut. They're not going to ask you to play for free, but they're going to ask you to take drastic pay cuts, and it's going to be a very easy campaign for them to make. Look at Tom Brady. He's not taking anything. You can take half of what you make. And they're not going to do it. They're simply not going to do it.
I don't think that the union is going to have that big a deal on that. This is Tom Brady trying to get that last chip. I don't think he's I don't think the union's going to freak out about that.
The NFLPA is quite aggressive when it comes to guys taking less than what they think the market value is. They're very,
of course, I'm sure Tom's like, you think the union is aggressive? I got to go home to Giselle with this news.
I'm not making anybody. I'm getting concussions for free. She's going to hate that.
Things in Spanish. I don't know. Portuguese. I don't know what she talks. 1st and 15 says, boy, I would suck to be the bee that blows that one chance on like some girl at closing time at the bar. Okay, it's not how it works. 1st and 15. It's the queen. It's the queen of nothing. Scratch Me Because says, if Brady can come out of retirement, how about Andrew Luck? Well, I'd be okay if he came back ready, but it doesn't sound like he's anywhere close. Unless he's like play montage music and he's working out. You're the best around, and he's lifting weights and he's doing what he's got to do to play again. I guess I'd be fine with that. Okay, I'll read this. He says, Big George says, my wife just gave birth to baby 3 weeks ago. It takes her 6 weeks to recover before we can do the hanky panky. Talking with you guys is the closest thing I've got to the real thing. If we are anything close to the real thing, Big George, turn off the radio.
And honestly, apologize to your wife for that. We're not. No,
it's
we're
going to be his, hey, baby. It's like listening to the Daily Blender.
Please don't say anything that sounds like that.
Come on.
Oh, boy.
Come on.
She doesn't deserve that.
Well, she got George, so who knows what she really deserves. Blissful Hayes says, Cam Newton to the Colts. Oh, shut up. Hefty Lefty says, Bill Russell puts him on his thumbs. Yeah, well, okay, I know, but you're not going to Bill Russell ever again. Bill Russell is the GOAT of rings. Tom Brady is the GOAT of football. And do you really see him getting 3 more Super Bowl rings? Unless he was sitting on top of a packed team that had plenty of youth that could just steamroll for the next 3 years, not going to happen. Sorry. I mean, it's possible he'll get that last ring, but I'm thinking he's going to come back to this year just to disappointment. I think the Buccaneers are not going to be at the level that they need to be to get him that ring. Senior Wakenbake says Brady's human. And by the way, he's old. His tendons snap like anyone else's. And the only people Brady can't beat is Father Time and Mother Nature. Yeah. And a lot of attention needs to be paid to that offensive line to keep him from being sent to a second early retirement. 888-368-1580. So the Packers have released Zadarius Smith and Billy Turner. Of all the people who are getting released and stuff, Randy, are you seeing anybody that the Cardinals might want to take a chance on, make a move on?
I see a lot of people getting released. There's
Darrell Williams, the running back.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, and I think the team is just going to kind of wait, assess the situation. Right now, I think they're in a cut mode, trying to cut down to get to the new cap, and then when the new season starts this Thursday, is it Thursday at noon? Thursday, I think. Anyway, when the new season starts, is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
So when the new season starts, they're going to reassess what they have, what their needs are. They got the draft coming up on the 28th of April, so We'll see what's out there. We'll see what Steve Keim does this time around.
So the Browns wide receiver Jarvis Landry is ready to go, and the Chiefs and the Saints have been looking at him. Should the Cardinals be thinking about Jarvis Landry?
Well, I mean, I would absolutely welcome that. But are the Cardinals going to do that? Or are they going to try to go younger at wide receiver and try to be budget minded and save some money so that they can re-sign Deshaun Watson and so they can pay Little Caesar? We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. I don't know what they're going to do, Jeffrey. They got that kid from Purdue.
Rondell Moore.
Yeah.
Rondell Moore.
He's
amazing.
him up. Yeah, I can't believe he didn't. They had him, I think, run back a return or something.
Yeah,
and
he was
like,
punt and kick returner.
God, he was quick.
And you
Why
still have to
isn't
lead
he
him
a receiver?
I mean, he did play some receiver, but they eased him into
Kyler
it.
never got him the ball. That's the problem.
It was a little bit of that. He was a little dinged up early too. They wanted to ease him into it. It looked like that. They didn't really give him a ton of responsibility until around week 5 or 6, and then you started to see Rondell Moore featured a whole lot more in those games. So I think next year you will see a whole lot more of Rondell Moore, but I still think you got to keep him at punt returner and kick returner because that guy is a difference maker.
He's more Rondell Moore. Do you see that? So Cardinals.
Yes.
Offensive line.
Well, I'd like
Is
to see
that
some improvements. Yeah.
your biggest concern? Or do you need some veteran wide receivers just to catch that ball from Kyler? I mean, getting Zach Ertz is back. That's pretty good because he's tall.
I think right now for us, I think the offensive line, it would be good. I think we need to go a little younger. The Steelers just signed Mason Cole, who was a rookie for the Cardinals. He just signed a 3-year contract with the Steelers to play center for him. I mean, why the hell did we get rid of Mason Cole? I mean, I realize we brought Rodney Hudson in, and he's an all-pro, center and stuff, but he was hurt. How great would it have been if Mason Cole remained with the Cardinals and could have stepped in, could have played some guard, could have played some center? I mean, why did we get rid of this guy? But alas, I think we need to do that. We need to go younger of the offensive line, bring some guys in. And I think we need to go out in free agency, pick some guys that are established in that can help secure that offensive line, help the run game, help the passing game.
I know they didn't want to get into a bidding war for Brandon Sheriff, but that would have been a really huge get if they could have pulled that off.
Yeah, sure.
But they didn't. But there are a couple other options out there that you can potentially look at. James Daniels out of Chicago with last season with the Bears. He was pretty decent. Might work, and he's really young, 24 years old.
You know who's been really quiet? And it's loud as hell how quiet they've been. The Bengals. You think the Bengals have been making some moves for some of these offensive linemen because they have none. What the hell? They're not going to have a great first round pick since they were, second place. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, but why are they so quiet right now?
Unless if they're looking at the draft and they're trying to see, who they like, there could be some guards available round 2. Like you don't have to reach for a guard because the tackles really weren't the problem with the Bengals. It was all the interior stuff. Guards and center desperately needed help. That's why they didn't draft Penei Sewell a year ago because Sewell was a tackle. They didn't need a tackle. They needed guard help. So maybe they're not going crazy right now in free agency because they're looking at the draft and going, okay, there's some guards here who can be really good, who we can draft, late first round, early second.
Almost more perplexing than some of the moves you will see are some of the moves you don't see. I don't know why my Colts aren't doing nothing. I'm sure that story will be told. Same for the Bengals. It's just frustrating as a fan to sit there like, come on, something's got to happen. Hefty Lefty says the legal tampering period is just the job interview period for social media interns. Person who can manipulate timestamps on photos, get the job. I think you are correct. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we have On This Date in Big Georgia sports history and the Wheel of Sports. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey, Arizona, FanDuel giving you the chance to shoot threes on your son's home court. Just visit the FanDuel Sportsbook at Footprint Arena from March 13th to the 17th. Place any $100 plus bet on the bracket with at least plus 400 odds. Then register at FanDuel.com/Phoenix to get your spot on the court. Plus, join them for the opening night of games at the FanDuel Sportsbook. You can enjoy outdoor terrace at America's #1 sportsbook, watch live games on over 40 TVs, And if you're new to FanDuel Sportsbook, sign up online using promo code Randy1580 through the app to get your first online bet risk-free up to $1,000. Put your basketball shooting skills to the test March 17th. Go to FanDuel.com/Phoenix to get your spot on the court and learn more. Remember, you must be 21 and older, present in Arizona. In-person wager at Footprint Center required. Shootout occurs 3/17 from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Heads up, Arizona. Got lots of great stuff going on, and FanDuel has got you set up to make the most out of this March Madness with a risk-free bet on FanDuel Sportsbook. Doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account. All customers get a risk-free bet on the bracket. Just sign into the FanDuel Sportsbook app and claim yours today. If you're new to FanDuel, remember, sign up with promo code Randy1580 to get in on the action. Then you can bet on that underdog you've had your eye on, or just go with some of the favorites. I mean, I finished my bracket, and I've got some underdogs going here. I've got some underdogs that I'm playing on. Let's see here. I've got Davidson winning in the first round against
John
Michigan
Davidson?
State. No, not John Davidson.
Oh.
10-ranked Davidson winning against Michigan State. Sorry, Radio Ron. Sorry about that. And I've got UCLA going much deeper than a lot of people have. I think UCLA will meet up in the Sweet 16 against Baylor, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So there's a couple of picks. You can make out your own brackets. You can take a look at things. You guys are way better about picking picks than I am.
No, I got UCLA and Baylor getting there too.
Yeah, and with cash out, the ball's in your court, so you can close on your bet whenever you want before the game is over. So you don't have to lock in that bet and then sit there and take it in the shorts if they're getting their butts kicked. I mean, you can cash out. There's no better place to bet the tournament than FanDuel Sportsbook. Join now with promo code Randy1580, or if you already have an account, sign in to the FanDuel Sportsbook app and claim your risk-free bet today. Remember, you must be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Refund issued as non-renewable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $5. The offer is non-transferable. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP, or text to NEXT STEP to 53342.
I think CBS.com's got to work on some of their abbreviations for teams and stuff. Colorado State, they didn't put a period, so it's just Colost, which makes me think of colostomy. And I don't know. I feel like, there's space for the period. That's all I'm saying. There's space for the period. I got to redo my bracket and make sure I've done it according to my plan, or maybe I don't. Maybe I just let it ride the way I've done it and don't overthink it. What do you guys say? Do I go back and I do it the way I said I was going to do it, or do I just leave it be?
No, I would leave it be. I would leave it be. It's always, your first inkling is always the best.
But my inkling went against my own plan, though, a couple times accidentally.
Yeah.
Well,
I would do it just to see what the original would have been.
You just don't
like.
want me to win.
Well, no, I'm perfectly fine with what I'm going to
Keon,
pick.
either way we go, he's gonna harangue us.
I feel like Keon is going to be probably the best picker of all the hosts on the station. And I got access. I can see all of it.
Probably.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Now that all that pressure's been put on me. It is March Madness for a reason. I sure hope so.
I just wanted the pressure to be on you. It's totally off Randy and I. Nobody expects us to do well. So it ain't no big thing now. Hefty Lefty says, speaking of taking it in the shorts, was the Jet able to bring it home last hour? I have no idea what you're talking about anymore, and I don't want to. If it's dirty, I just want to.
We've had a Friday show on a Monday because it's because it basically is a Friday show.
We got 10 minutes left. I just don't want to think about Jet taking anything home. All right. Oh, by the way, can I just tell you, at least somebody finally figured out that the Hall of Fame game is a complete turd, and they have moved it from prime time into the afternoon.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday, August 6th. It's the first preseason game. That's what we really got to think of it as. And where is it this year, by the way?
Canton.
Is it always in Canton? Yeah, it
Yes.
is always in Canton. Yeah, I remember one year we didn't have it. The Colts were supposed to play the Packers in it, and the field was in such bad shape they canceled it.
Yeah.
Finally they have figured out that nobody cares, and they're not going to stay up late in prime time and watch this, so they moved it. They've been complaints that it lasts too long, it goes too late into the night, and so they're like, okay, let's just do the ceremony earlier in the day. Everybody gets to go home, so no problem there. Oh, Jesus. The Jet just texted it in one word. Twice. Oh, God. Maybe we should just go ahead and do the this thing. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back to the year 1967, less than 2 months after the first Super Bowl, the Baltimore Colts selected defensive end Bubba Smith of Michigan State as the number 1 pick in the first combined AFL-NFL draft. Other top draft choices that year were quarterback Steve Spurrier from Florida at number 3, and the 49ers were the ones that took him. And then Bob Greasy Purdue got taken by the Dolphins. Back to each other.
Bubba Smith, man. Bubba Smith.
Weird. Yeah, Bubba Smith. So who should the Colts have wanted that year? I mean, how do you go wrong with Bubba Smith?
Bubba Smith was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Thanks for that, George. I appreciate that. I don't know why you got to show me who else was available in that draft. Bubba Smith was fine. I mean, let's be honest. The Colts have been hot and cold over the years.
Bubba Smith had an epic stash.
Mm-hmm. No, Bubba Smith was in Police Academy.
Yeah, he went on to a prolific movie career.
Yeah, did you ever see Police Academy, Keon?
I don't think I have.
Watch Police Academy 1 and stop. That's the best advice I think I can give you. Unless somebody knows of a better Police Academy movie, I think that you only need one, really. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, Randy, Keon, Cards and Commandos blowed. They blow chunks like Jeffrey on a far too long car ride.
It reminds me of the 49ers.
Hefty Lefty says, proud of you, Jet. No, don't encourage it. Don't encourage it.
No.
Blessed Hayes says, Bubba Smith was great on Married with Children. I didn't know he was on there.
I think he was, yeah. Yeah. He had a little time on there. Yeah.
I did not know that. Hey, should we spin the wheel of sports? Let's just see what we talk about next.
Why not, Jeffco?
So I don't know what the hell. Indian Wells, if you know it or don't know it, this is tennis. So we haven't heard from FedFan today, so we can give her a hard time next time saying we talked about tennis and she missed it. But Indian Wells is in California. And I thought California was supposed to be filled with kind and cool people, hippie, sort of nice people. I thought it was supposed to be filled with nice people, especially in the Palm Springs area, Palm Desert, and Indian Wells area. I thought that was supposed to be enlightened, left coast kind of mentality, right? I thought that was supposed to be, but if you remember, somebody starts heckling and saying, and maybe I'm wrong, but possibly even racist things at Serena Williams and Venus Williams, one of the two Williams sisters back in the day. They got bothered. And now somebody who knows Naomi Osaka has she has some mental health struggles, being in the spotlight. And so she's like, you suck, starts yelling, Osaka, you suck during the match. And what the hell? Why would somebody feel it's okay to yell that she sucks? Naomi, you suck, during a match. And why does this happen at Indian Wells? I'm very baffled by all this. I spent time in the Palm Springs area. I didn't really feel like that was a racist town. I didn't feel like that there was a lot of, horrible, mean people. So I got to think that maybe this is somebody from the outside. Maybe this is somebody who had money against the opponent and thought, hey, if I yell that you suck and get in her head, she'll lose the match. I'm just a little baffled by all this. What the hell? Why does this happen at Indian Wells?
I can't tell you. I do know that, you can ask any person anywhere, any person of color anywhere. No matter how nice the place is, there's always one bastard that ruins it for everybody. Sure. Indian Wells, I can't imagine is an exception to that rule. But also, like, tennis is not that kind of sport. The sport where you sit down and you yell, you suck. Like golf, tennis, they're classier games, and they're about individuals kind of conquering things. They're supposed to be. They're supposed to be. Not that it
Have you been out to the Phoenix Open?
The Phoenix Open is
very different.
The Phoenix Open is an exception that everybody knows. The Phoenix Open is a party. So of course, everybody is drunk. I mean, I was out there. I was drunk, and we're all doing it. We're all in on it. But most golf tournaments are like trying to aspire to be the Masters tournament, where it's exclusive and only a certain kind of person gets in here. And tennis is that way too. And so the person yelling you suck, I just don't know what sporting event you even thought you were at.
Well, I feel like, okay, so let's just go down the list of possibilities. Somebody from Veronica Kudermetova, who is the opponent, slipped the guy.
Did you say Veronica what?
Kudermetova. Veronica Hakuna Matata. Listen, I only have a few minutes left here. Help me out. So somebody from her camp slipped the guy a hundy and said, just start yelling stuff, get in her head so that we have a chance to win. Or this guy in the crowd put a bet on Veronica Volkswagen Miata, whatever, and said, well, okay, if I put a bet on her, then I yell things at Naomi Osaka, then my bet might work. Maybe, there's some good odds on that. I don't know. I mean, doesn't seem like you would just start shouting bleep like that at a tennis match.
Well, I mean, you would think not, but it doesn't surprise me in the kind of society we live in now. Go to any NBA game, go to any hockey game, go to any baseball game, go to any NFL game, and
She's
you have
the sweetest thing.
Well, it doesn't matter. You've
She's
got
a
mean,
sweet, fragile flower.
You've got mean people all over this world that just love to go out and yell profanities and absurdities at people on the court, and think it's their right to do that, and it's okay for them. They paid their $50 or whatever, and they get to do whatever they want, and it's not. And until the good people, the good fans rise up and do something and stop these idiots, it's going to continue.
Yeah, this just seems like there had to be some sort of intent. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at. Had to be some sort of intent for whatever the reasons, because it baffles me. Now, when it goes to racism, I'm not saying that they were yelling was racist, but as far as the racism that has been exhibited at Indian Wells, yeah, you're 100% right. There were times where I thought, hey, we're getting better. And then suddenly something happened. I'm like, no, we're not getting better. And it still is kind of everywhere. It's just, I don't know. I guess that if I get used to it, it's going to break my heart. You know what I mean? We shouldn't get used to it, but I guess we shouldn't pretend like it's not still there. Spin the wheel, So today I was on a ladder. I was putting the finishing touches on. I built the basketball hoop. We got a nice new basketball hoop out there for the kids.
All right.
And it was nighttime, and I didn't finish it. So I went out there today, and I'm on a ladder, and I'm putting up the thing, and I was hanging the net. I was like, "Oh, funny! I'm gonna one of those the same brand ladder that they use to cut down the nets in the March Madness." I thought that was kind of interesting, and then I wonder if this is the same kind of ladder that Odalis Perez was on. And I started getting nervous because would my wife hear me? And here's why I say that. Odalis Perez died after an accident at his home in the Dominican Republic last Thursday. He was, I guess, doing something on the ladder alone in his house, and he fell and he died at 44. So don't ladder alone. Of course, I was in the front yard. Maybe, I'm not friends with my neighbors, so maybe it's as bad as being alone.
They just look over and go, "Oh, finally."
There might be some like doorbell cam footage of it that gets like on Fox 10 if I do croak, which if it happens, just know I found it funny, But what a weird way to die. We get up on ladders and do stuff all the time, and this dude died. 10 seasons in the major leagues, probably had a nice amount of money in the bank. That didn't save him from falling off a ladder. So everybody remember, don't ladder alone. Please. All right, guys. With that happy note, we will see you guys next Monday. Enjoy March Madness, and we'll be around on the Twitter to bother. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control